Good morning, Twitch. We gotta turn the volume down. One thing I forgot. The one thing I forgot. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. Good morning, Twitch. On this 12.15.2023. Current time is 05:43 a.m. Eastern Time here in Upstate New York, the southern tier of Upstate New York, where I live and reside. This Friday morning, thank God it's Friday. We're running on all cylinders here. We're doing good. I think we got everything. We had the one forget about the volume on the big screen. I do have the morning coffee. I raised my coffee cup to you all and set it down for a second to give you a hashtag positive start today, hashtag PSTTD to start out with. Who knows what crap you might be facing later on and stuff, you know, but you start off positive and stuff. Hopefully there's a buffer until you get to that crap in the road for the day and stuff. As far as that goes. But I'm Rich Roberts. Good morning. Fireman Rich here on Twitch, at Fireman Rich over there on Truth Social, Instagram, Threads, X/Twitter, Blue Sky, and then on the Facebook, public Facebook is the real Fireman Rich. Somebody took Fireman Rich, so I had to put the real. But for all practical purpose, I post on one, I post across the board. I just did that as far as notifying on all those fine social media platforms that we are live here for the Friday morning coffee. It's the 15th already, half over. We're 10 days away out from Christmas. Wow. I'm enjoying myself too much, I guess, as far as of late. With the weather here has been great. It's been great. Of course, it's a little chilly right now. We'll get into that in a moment here. Let's see, how's everything look? Let's see. Does that look okay? Looks a little bit better. The microphone is. Yeah, I got up early this morning. I was up, I got up about 15 minutes before, about quarter of. So I've been up for about 45, about an hour now. Yeah, about an hour. Yeah, I got up about an hour ago. So just setting up, taking care of the cats, feeding them and stuff like that, and thinking about what I'm going to be doing this morning. See, I have a little bit of an idea what I'm going to be talking about and stuff, but it's not until I put everything, fire everything up and stuff. Oh, the cats are chasing Calvin again. Yeah. Or Jack. I'm sorry. Yeah, Calvin's. God bless you, Calvin. Calvin, he left us. Is Jack okay?
Yeah, she didn't catch us.
Okay. Bug likes chasing him. She's the bully. I wonder if that's indicative of all. I wonder if that's indicative of all females. They're bullies.
I don't know. Dora's she can be nasty.
Yeah, she's reserved, but she can be nasty when she wants to be. That's the missus. She's in the kitchen right now. And good morning. I just had a cat. Almost had to go interrupt some cats here. Good morning, Tony D. Salute to you. Hashtag salute. Hashtag positive start today. Hashtag good morning to the missus. The missus says good morning to you all. And good morning, Helen. And morning to the missus also. Glad to have you here. Tony coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. And Helen coming in from Edinburgh, Scotland. Hey. Jackie, you okay? You okay, Boogie? You're okay. There you go. He knows where he can get protection. I'm his bodyguard. And hey, Laura, coming in from Norway. Good morning. Glad to have you here. Raise my coffee cup to you all. As far as this Friday morning for you guys, as well as for me. I forgot what I was talking about though. Oh, but setting up. It happens sometimes. It's stuff. That's what I like about this live streaming bit. It just happens, and I'm able to impromptu and people watching on the replay on the YouTube and Rumble and YouTube, where I repurpose these broadcasts. Yeah, you see Jack. Yeah, Jack. He's been chased around here a little bit this morning, and but for the people watching the replay on Rumble and YouTube, Um,
Fresh.
it's it's impromptu as far as that goes, and we have ads starting in about 3 minutes, folks, just to give you a heads up. And uh, in the chat, the people in the chat, they sometimes they dictate where I go. Sometimes, I guess. So, but it's all great, good fun, and I enjoy doing this every morning. But I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, other than I put up the tabs that I use as my outline for the broadcast, and I'm just keeping tabs on. Speaking of tabs, tabs on Jack. Okay, he's up on the counter over there. And but I set it up. It takes me about 15, 20 minutes to set this up. 20 minutes when I lollygag, as far as that goes. But there's a few things I do before starting this broadcast. And again, it's to get off on the right foot. And I enjoy doing this. Or else, what we I guess we've been doing 2-hour broadcasts here for the last couple weeks now, and I like that. And I did something yesterday though. Yesterday was the Fireman Rich audio podcast on Spotify for podcasters, and we talked about we had a good, real. I presented a really good article about the redwoods. That was pretty neat. But I enjoy doing this, and it gets my day started. You know, I could sleep in, but I'm not one to sleep in. I get restless if I lay there in bed too long. If I lay in bed longer than 5 or 10 minutes, and it's just like, you know what, I got to get up. I can't just lay here. Got to do something. And I should be rested. I took a nap yesterday. I took a nap yesterday. Thank you for the subscription, Laura. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And also Tony and Helen, I know you are subscribers too, so you don't really have to subscribe, but I really appreciate it. I know subscribing, you don't see the commercials. We got a commercial coming up in a minute and stuff like that, but I do appreciate that. It does, as far as I got to be a gracious receiver, I guess. Yesterday, though, I did something different after the audio podcast. I actually got on Twitter Spaces for an hour, and I called it the Thursday Audio. And I might be doing that on Tuesdays and Thursdays if I feel. I just had an itching to get for the last couple days. It's like, yeah, I might try Twitch Spaces, Twitter's X/X Spaces, I should say. And it's not bad. It's okay. There was nobody in the room, which I expected. There is a replay. I recorded it, so I'm treating it as an addition to doing the audio podcast. It's something extra. Well, yesterday I had something to do. I didn't want to go live stream with it, which I know sometimes I do. And thank you again, Laura. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. The football picks. So I got my football picks in yesterday, and I got yours, Tony. I got Ted's. I got Tim's. I sent a message. I wasn't sure what type of response I was going to get from Michael Bathurst. Michael, I'm waking up from my nap. I had a 2-hour nap. I had a very good nap yesterday, and very restful as far as that goes. I was thinking about, do I want to live stream? But every time I think about live stream, nap, the nap wins out. The nap wins out. So I took a nap. I woke up. I saw that I had a response back from Michael and says, "Hey, do you want to do a show?" He always wants to do the show to make his picks. So I did accommodate him as far as he had a broadcast starting just as I said I'd be available, and the ad breaks end in a minute and 24 seconds. So I did. I was on Michael's, and he gave me his picks and stuff. But and he used to do the Twitter Spaces, but he's back live streaming and stuff. I like Twitter Spaces though. It's I'm surprised I had it. I mean, the last time I think I did a Twitter Spaces was back when it was still called Twitter. A bit warmer here. It's plus 7 degrees Celsius. Okay, 44.6 degrees. Okay. Yeah, we're going to get to the weather here in a minute as far as that goes. Did I got this? No, that's another thing I forgot. I forgot to... Oh, I thought I did do this. Yeah, okay, it's on. Okay. As far as the world times and temperature, so the chart there. So Twitter Spaces, I give it a thumbs up. I'm going to probably end up using it. You can pop in if you want. It's at Fireman Rich on Twitter. I was debating whether I should post a link on those other platforms, and I said, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Screw it. I'm going to go ahead and do it. That rhymes, so to speak. Um, and it's recorded for posterity purposes and stuff like that. And I listened to a little bit. The sounds pretty good. Um, I threw a couple songs in there. It sounds like AM radio, in a sense, but it is audio, and I do like doing audio. So you'll be seeing a little bit more of those as far as that goes. Let's see. Weather-wise, currently here in the southern tier of upstate New York, and it hasn't changed. It's staying steady at 26 degrees Fahrenheit. We have here this morning, and it's still dark out. 26 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -3 degrees Celsius. We're -3 on the Celsius side, as far as that goes. So it was cold yesterday. We went for the walk. We sort of went for the walk at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I think. A little later. I'm wearing gloves now. It's definitely. When it gets to 32 degrees Fahrenheit and less, the gloves go on. And there was no wind. It was nice, but we're going to have plentiful sunshine. High of 54 degrees Fahrenheit here in upstate New York. 54 degrees Fahrenheit is going to be our high, and that equates to we're going to have like 12 degrees Celsius. Okay, for the quick conversion there. 54 degrees Fahrenheit. That's good. It's going to be nice. I might have to put out. Let's see. Yeah, we got sun across the board till 4 o'clock when the sun goes down. I might have to pop out the solar panels out back here. I think I will do that today. Farm some solar today. The sun will be rising this morning at 07:27. Oh, it's 5:55 again. 555. I saw that. I saw it yesterday. I wasn't looking at it. I'm just looking at 555. I don't plan it. It's like seeing 1111. Those are two significant numbers. You look on the clock. So my kid brother's probably looking down at me right now. He's a firefighter. He's an ex-firefighter. And that's significant. Wow, that blows my mind. But anyway, 7:27, which is in about an hour and let's see, 27, 28, 29, 30, an hour and 31 minutes. The sun will be rising here in the southern tier of upstate New York. The time for the setting, it says 4:35, but yesterday I'm sitting here and it's 4 o'clock, and the sun is down over the mountain. It's neat when it's just underneath the mountain. It's such a nice sunset. I watch it out this window because there's a tree sitting right here where it sets. But I look out this window to the west, and it's gorgeous. So sun will be setting at 4:35. All practical purposes, it's down underneath, behind the hill there at 4 o'clock here. Fireman Rich time, I guess. Our world times and temperatures as I speak. In Honolulu, Hawaii at 12:57 a.m. Cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Phoenix, Arizona at 3:57 a.m. currently. Clear skies, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 4:57 a.m. Clear skies, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. New York City, the jungle, down there, about 3.5 hours, 3 hours to 3.5 hours southeast of where I'm at, on Route 17, Interstate 86, going down there through Roscoe, New York. But New York City is clear skies and 37 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, they're 10 degrees. They're 11 degrees warmer. Wow. Let's see, down in Warner Robins, Georgia, Tony D is telling us it's 34 degrees down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, and 34 for the low. Clear skies down there. Across the pond in Cork, Ireland, at 10:58 a.m. It is. It's raining in Cork, Ireland. 46 degrees Fahrenheit. 46 degrees Fahrenheit in Cork, Ireland. And over there in Norway, let's see, -3. That's pretty cold. Yeah, that's it's a little chilly. The heater just came on, and it's a bit warmer here today. It's currently 7 degrees Celsius there in Norway, and 7 degrees Celsius is 45 degrees Fahrenheit there, as far as that goes. So 44.6 degrees Celsius, and but not that too bad. It's December. Yeah, there's no snow, Laura. That's a good thing. Knock on wood. I would like to see a little dusting, but Laura says 15 degrees, and I can't even pronounce that, Laura. I'm gonna have to put that in the Google Translator. Let me see. I have no idea how to pronounce that. And see, this is what I do. Let me get this set up. Let me get. Let's see. I got to bring up a browser. Um, I have no way of saying that as far as that goes. Let's see. Let me copy that. Oh, I gotta put this back here. And what's, oh, enter text there. Okay. So,
Kadokeno. Kadokeno.
Kadokino.
Kadokeno. Kadokeno.
Okay, that's my pronunciation. That's on the Google translators. 15 degrees in Kadokino. See, I couldn't, I don't even know. I don't want to butcher it, so I use north of Norway, Kadokino. It's negative 15 degrees in Kadokino. Negative 15. What the hell is that? Negative. Is that Celsius? Yeah, that's Celsius. Negative 15. Is that up in the Arctic? That's got to be in the Arctic. That's 5 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit. That's what I mean when saying the north and the west are so different here weather-wise. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying now. Negative 15 degrees in Kadokino, north of Norway. That's 5 degrees Celsius. It's got to be cold. No, it's negative 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, because 32 is 0. I got to remember that. It's 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa, that's cold. That is cold. That is freaking cold. Wow. No, let's see. 5 degrees Fahrenheit is negative 15 Celsius. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's above. Well, 5 degrees. That's still above 0. That's. I could tolerate that type of cold if I got a jacket on, but if the wind's blowing, that's how cold it got over in Korea. You get that wind, it goes sub-zero. It goes Arctic on you, as far as it's a icebox cold, as I would call it. So, but for all intents and purposes, in Norway, where Laura's at, it's 37 or 40. Or no, it's plus 7 degrees Celsius, so it's 44.6 degrees Fahrenheit. In Milan, Italy, it's sunny skies, 50 degrees Fahrenheit at 12:02. In Kuala Lumpur, it's finally sunny in Kuala Lumpur. That's good. It's been stormy all week long. At 7:02 p.m. in the evening, and it's 81 degrees, sunny and 81 degrees in Kuala Lumpur. Tokyo, Japan at 8:02 p.m. in the evening currently. Cloudy skies with some clearing, 54 degrees Fahrenheit. Down in Australia at 10:02 p.m. Melbourne at 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and cloudy and a little clear, and cloudy and a little clear also in Sydney at 10:02. 72 degrees in Sydney, and that's our world times and temperatures as I speak. As far as that goes, yes, the wind will make it much. Oh yeah, the wind that can be brutal. It can be brutal. Oh my God, it just cuts right through you. When I was stationed in Korea back in '84 to '85, I spent the winter over there, and it got cold. That's the coldest I've ever been. It was sub-zero to where we tried to pull in all the vehicles we could in the fire station, because if you left them out, the condensation, all that, would leave like a half an inch of ice on the next morning. The planes, they had to de-ice the airplanes every morning during the wintertime. And we called it the Hawk in the wintertime. The wind was known as the Hawk. How bad is the Hawk this morning? It's bad. You could wear two parkas and it would cut right through those two parkas and give you a chill. It was cold, very cold. And of course, Korea is a peninsula, so they got water on either side. So it just and as far as that goes, let's see. I do have a thought for the day, like I normally do. That's part of the regular broadcast here for those people watching on the replay, as far as that goes. And let's see. Laura says in the 80s we had around negative 20 degrees Celsius here at winter. It has changed drastically here in the southern western part. Yeah, well, it's changed a little bit here, but not that drastically. As far as that goes, it's just the way the weather goes, I guess, and stuff. It's just people say, oh, the so-called climate change. I don't know. It just I talked about yesterday in the audio podcast about the redwoods in Big Bend Basin, the fire they had out there in California. And these trees are huge. I've never seen one. I would probably just fall to my knees seeing one of these. They're freaking, the pictures. They're huge. The trunks would be bigger than this dining room. That's how big they are. But they got caught up in the fires, and their pine needles got all burnt and stuff like that. And they were worried that they were going to not be able to. They basically died in the fire, but they didn't. They were using inside the tree. They were using sugars to push out sprouts. The sugars are from 20 years back that they stored to revitalize the growth of the tree. So it survived, and these trees were like a full. They were called a crown. The needles would catch on fire, and they would all burn away. That's called a crown fire. The sound the crown fire makes when you get a tree that's, maybe even if it's just 30 feet up in the air and it's fully involved, the noise it makes is terrifying. It is terrifying, and you can't battle it. There's no way. You just got to let it burn. So these big redwoods, the sequoia redwoods and sequoia trees, they get. I don't know if the whole trees. They tried keeping them down, but a good part of their pine needles were burnt away, and that's what creates the sugars in the tree, the photosynthesis in these redwoods. But the sugars they stored 20 years ago. So, but the people saying, well, the fire that took place was because of climate change, a lightning strike. The storm came in, there was a lightning strike. So, what you just said, Laura, about the temperature change, that would raise an eyebrow for me. That's more indicative to what, okay, maybe there is something going on with the weather and stuff. Not a forest fire. I guess that's the point I'm getting at. Okay, they're tagging that, and you said it in such a way that I'm thinking I know what you're talking about. There's a definite change in the climate. We need to be concerned about that. A forest fire, that's not due to climate change. Somebody not getting a job, that's not attributed to climate change and stuff. They throw that label on there so much so they could get the monies and as far as dumping down that black hole. As far as that goes, so that is a drastic change and stuff like that. And then again, the weather guys would say, and they have said, the ones I watch on the Weather Channel, that we do have some changing temperatures around the world, and it's just I wonder if it has anything to do with the solar flares. We've been having more massive solar flares and that cooks up the atmosphere. They say we cook it up with the carbon dioxide. Okay, there's some carbon dioxide in there, but the solar flares, I think we just had one here recently. That's not making big news. That should, if you're going to talk about the climate change, and it's all man, it's not all man-made. That sun has a big influence on this blue marble here, and we got solar flares. We can't control the sun. And I guess even the physicists have said probably in 100 million years, which I know that's a big chunk of time. The Earth isn't going to be here because the sun will be expanding so much. We're going to be burnt out. So Elon, get on your get moving a little faster on those starships. As far as that goes, that's just my take. I'm hoping for snow on Christmas Eve, but I doubt it. Can't remember last time we had it. Yeah, that's just. Yeah, we had a little snow we had a snowstorm last year and stuff, but we're sort of. I think this is going to be one of those years where we don't have it. Also, Laura. Let's see. Get back to our thought for the day. I went off on a tangent there. Our thought for the day comes from a gentleman. We just recently had him, and that's Gandhi. Gandhi, a great guy. He'd be. He's the second guy I would love to meet on my top 5 if I had a chance. And the first one being, of course, Abraham Lincoln. A very. Both have unique stories, but Mahatma Gandhi, was an Indian lawyer, anti-colonial nationalist, and a political enthusiast who employed nonviolence resistance. I like that. Nonviolence, not this crap that's going on today. Protesting, blocking traffic. What's that proving? Just shows that you're a bunch of idiots. Do it nonviolently. You're louder. Gandhi has shown that. He led the successful campaign for the Indians' independence because of nonviolence resistance. Nonviolence. Not impeding on other people's. Go ahead and do your protest. Go get the masses, but don't block traffic. There was something. Where was that? Was that down? No, that was out in L.A. They blocked this one lane of traffic. You're talking 8 lanes of traffic. That's all 8 lanes are full, and it goes back for miles, and they block it. The people are stuck there. What are they going to do? It's just to bring attention to the newscast. Oh, you look at this. This is for No, that's not protest. That's you're impeding on other people's freedoms. Nonviolent resistance is the way to go, and Gandhi proved that. But Indians' independence from Britain, he inspired movements of civil rights, and that was another thing in the '60s. They were nonviolent. They were more violent on the people on the authority side, with the hoses and stuff like that. But they continue to be nonviolent. To say no, we're protesting. It's nonviolent. The civil rights and freedoms across the world. But Gandhi, a great person that graced us all here on this big blue marble. His quote in our thought for today: "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." You must be the change you wish to see in the world. We can't have the same outlook that we had 20, 30 years ago. Things change. So you got to be able to, you may not accept those changes, but you got to find some middle ground for those changes and stuff like that. Because if the majority of the people decide, hey, we're going to go, and most part, the majority decides, you may not agree with it, but it's the way to go and stuff. There's some things in this country I don't really agree with as far as that goes, but it's just like, okay, my basic freedoms are still intact as far as I'm concerned. The way I look at it, most people's freedoms are intact. They're still fighting for some freedoms in certain segments of the country here, the United States. But in all practical purpose, are we a lot freer than we were back, before this country was formed? Oh, by God, yes. Are we a lot freer than what we were back before World War I, World War II? Yeah, we're a lot more smarter too. We're not, you look at most of the people just took it for granted. Government, we question government, and we should question government as far as that goes. Government is not always the solution. Also. Free enterprise. This country wouldn't be great if it wasn't for the free enterprise. Was there problems along the way? Sure. Yeah, they've been recognized. It's in as far as that goes. So you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And one of those things, the basic change for me, is be more kinder, be more thoughtful, be more aware of the other person's feelings, even though you may disagree with them totally. as long as they're not, the individuals aren't dirt bags and stuff like that. They may not respect you, but you got to have an understanding of the other side to be able to go forward. I'm not going to dwell. I'm at the point in my life where, okay, that's the way it's going to be. Yeah, okay, no problem. Just as long as everybody's healthy and is, doing good. Is everybody doing good on this world? No. We got a lot of work. I mean, there's a lot of work out in California, the Golden State. Okay, they say they have problems here in New York. Let's see. My grandfather was in Norway, World War II, bombarded from the ship. Did not enter the beach. Yeah, yeah. That World War II in Norway. I've seen some. There's been I've watched on Netflix, Lord. There's a couple films I watched. They were made over in Norway about the war with the Germany and stuff. They're pretty unique. They the Norwegian armed forces, when they're on those skis, they could kick some ass out there in the snow. Oh my God. Uh, thank you for your grandfather's service there. But you got to be adapted to changes and stuff like that. But out there in California, the Golden State, would I want to live out there? I don't think so. I like living here. New York State is comfortable for me, and I'm acclimated to it. I guess I could get acclimated, but they had a big meeting there, the president and the Chinese leader there in San Francisco, and they cleaned out all the homeless and stuff. Oh, look, beautiful! It's cleaned up and stuff. Everybody's back because they haven't taken care of the problem. They just moved the problem away for a little bit so the Chinese leader could see a clean San Francisco that he remembered from before. Hey, Tim Fan, yo, good morning. So, is there a change there? No, but I don't know what to do. Laura, I have his Atlantic Star Medal. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I have a couple medals from my grandfather. He was in World War II, as far as that goes. And he was a National Guardsman, and his unit deployed. He was over there, as far as that goes. So Gandhi, I think he's correct in saying you must be the change you wish to see in the world, and we have to do good things. And the things is those things I just talked about on a larger scale. I'm not going to be able to do anything. I can sort of express my opinion stuff. I'm more involved in trying to change things and what I can do with my community, which I have done in the past, being part of the volunteer fire department. Just trying to be a good citizen of my community and stuff like that, and understand people as far as that goes. There's a lot of middle ground that people agree with. They're on two opposite sides. They just have to find it as far as that goes. Am I going to be able to do that? I can't change. I can't do any changes. I only have one vote, and that's my prerogative of which way I want. And a lot of times, because I'm in New York State, it doesn't go my way as far as that goes. So thank you, Tim. But you must be the change you wish to see in the world, and I am. I'm accepting things. I may not agree with them, but I'm accepting them for what they are, and for the most part, they're good. You know, there is a lot of bad stuff that I wish I was Iron Man and I could take care of some badness in this world. That's wishful thinking, but I try to stay on my toes and stuff like that. I'm just very thankful that I have a loving family, and which again we don't all agree on things, but we still love each other and stuff like that, and that's more powerful than anything, as far as that goes. So thank you, Mr. Gandhi. You must be the change you wish to see in the world, and I have changed over the years. I think maybe not as much as some other people would like to see, but if you could have seen me. I was a tall 6'5" dude that was a little shit basically because of I was bold and brash and stuff. I thought I knew everything, and I really didn't. So that's the thing, you gotta realize nobody knows everything unless they constantly go to Google for it, I guess, and even that 30% of the time Google's wrong anyway, because you got to search around for like 10 minutes for the correct shit. Let's see. Our national day today, international day, national day. Let's see what we have on the docket. What the hell is MP? You did 100. Is that 100 channel points? Oh, you're doing the graphics. Okay, I, I've looked at those. They're too involving. They eat up too much time. They're like looking down a black hole. Let's see. We have National Wear Your Pearls. No, that's too. No. National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. Okay, there we go. Third Friday of December. I don't wear sweaters. National Cupcake Day. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that. International Tea Day. National Underdog Day. There we go. Cat Herders Day. Oh, that'd be a good one for me. I'm a cat herder. I got 5 cats. Lots of laughs on Tim Fan. I got your picks, Tim. Okay, so I got the picks for you, Ted, Tim, Tony, and Michael. I don't got Brian's. I don't know. Brian, if I don't get Brian's, I'm not gonna go running around. If he came on Michael's broadcast, at least Michael has a broadcast and I can get him from there and stuff. I know Brian's been very busy lately, but let's see. We're going to go with Bill of Rights Day. That's the one. The Bill of Rights is very important to this country. They're the foundation of a lot of freedoms that we have here. And Helen, every day should be Underdog Day. Yeah, there we go. I always like the underdog winning out, and that's what the New York Giants. I'm going to go football on this, Helen. So beware. The New York Giants with Tony DeVito. You know, a lot of people, they don't realize you're supposed to do. Tony DeVito, he's Italian. He's doing this. Excuse me, but they're doing this. You don't do this towards the person. That's a big no-no. No, I just proverbially did something. And I just showing the example. You do it off to the side like this with 2 fingers and the thumb. It says, "Yeah, that's Italian. That's Tony DeVito, the quarterback for the Giants. Hopefully, we get a win this week. We'll see." And the Bill of Rights. Hashtag Bill of Rights Day. First 10 amendments of the United States Constitution make up the Bill of Rights passed by Congress on September 25th, 1789. These Bill of Rights limits on government powers. They're supposedly supposed to limits, but they also outline what government is supposed to do here. Did you know the bill was introduced by James Madison? He later became the 4th president of the United States. Congress passed 12 of Madison's proposed amendments. The states only ratified 10 of them. So if you have the Bill of Rights and there's any change to them, you got to have more than 50% of the 50 states here in the United States. Each state has to ratify it to become part of the Bill of the Constitution. Congress passed. Let's see, we've already read that. The other limit when and how members of Congress are compensated. Neither was ratified at the time. The Bill of Rights is displayed in the rotunda of the National Archives buildings in Washington, D.C., which I had a chance to see. That's the Smithsonian. I had a chance to see that. No, that's is the National Archives part of the Smithsonian? I don't know. I remember seeing the Bill of Rights. There are 14 copies made, one for each of the 13 states to sign, and one for the Federal Archives. Only 12 copies survive today. And probably, I'm not sure which one. How the Bill of Rights Day. Bill of Rights, we have an ad in a minute. Let's see. Morning, Laura says morning to Helen, saying good morning to Tim. Morning to Helen from Laura. So today is going to be Bill of Rights Day. I should fly the flag for that. I might put the American flag out today for Bill of Rights Day. It's going to be a sunny day. Why not? Why not display the flag of your country? So the Bill of Rights are the foundation of our laws here in the United States too. They've been around. So, like I said, yesterday I did the audio podcast over there on Spotify for podcasters, and again, it was about the redwoods out there in California getting caught up in the forest fires, the wildland fires. Um, and and that, what was the Big Basin fire? That was a couple years ago. That was one of the massive forest fires out there, wildland fires. The Big Basin Redwood State Park is where this is. So it was known as the Big Basin wildland fire out there in California. And the storm began after lightning sparked a fire in California's Big Basin Redwoods State Forest. During the early years of a recent drought, scientists were worried about the ancient trees, and they don't have to worry because they have sprouts sprouting underneath, and they're regenerating as far as that goes. So nature is very intriguing as far as that. So I like a good tree story. And what did I say? I'm not a tree hugger, but I do say we have to be good caretakers of this blue marble. We need to plant more trees. I've presented a number of articles on the audio podcast in the past of how we could take care of this CO2 in the atmosphere, reduce it even more so if we plant a lot more trees. We're not planting enough trees. The math has been done on that. If we plant a certain amount of trees around the world, that could have more of an impact than anything as far as that goes. So I'll be doing 2 audio podcasts next week as far as that, and I'll probably end up doing the Twitter Spaces. So just so you know, if you see it on the pop up on the X/Twitter, follow me on X/Twitter, because I'm not gonna, if I go live on Twitter Spaces, I'm not gonna post it on the other platforms. I'll post it afterward, the recording of it. Have a lot of trees here where I live. It's illegal to chop them. Yeah, and but you have a lot of mountainous area there in Norway, isn't? For all practical purpose, Laura, Norway is pretty mountainous as far as that goes. Have a lot of trees here, and we have quite a few of our trees here, but they get we don't. The big forests here in New York State are the Catskills and Adirondacks that are east of here. Yeah, many mountains as well, and that's the same thing in Japan. Japan doesn't. I guess there's only in Japan they only utilize a third of their island there, the main island, because the rest of it's all mountainous. It's just so that's why in Tokyo everybody's on top of everybody. Let's see. In our history for the day, 10 years ago today, China became the third nation to land a rover on the moon with their Change 3 orbiter and rover. The soft landing it achieved was the first on the moon since the Soviets in 1976. Because let's see, I think it was 71, 72 was the last Apollo mission. Landing in a molten crater called Sinus Immel. It was carried out to survey and the geology, during which it discovered a new kind of basalt rock. And was this the one on the far side? Tony D, morning, meeting over. Okay, Tony, glad to have you back. Let's see. Spain opened its borders back in 1982. The border gates to the people of Gibraltar after 13 years of isolation for humanitarian reasons. Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Tony's back in the chat there saying good morning to everybody. Thank you, Tony. Romanians began their popular uprising that led to the downfall of the dictator Nicholas, whatever his last name, back in 1989. Let's see. With hopes of ending a quarter century of bombing, Britain and Ireland signed the joint declaration of peace, inviting the Irish Republican Army to peace negotiation if they would first observe the 3-month ceasefire back in 1993, which I think things have quieted down a lot since then. They may not agree. I guarantee you the Irish Republican Army probably does not agree with the British government at all. British government and I know from Helen's perspective, the people from Scotland don't agree with the British government, but there's differences, but we get along, right? Um, you know, so let's see. On this day in 1994, here's a big one: Netscape Navigator web browser. I love Netscape. God, I loved using Netscape. That was my first browser. I loved using that. Was released back in 1994. I used that extensively. There was so much you could do with that. That was a great browser. Then Yahoo came along. Everybody went to Yahoo. Yahoo! Yahoo search was pretty badass back in the day until Google came around and knocked it off its. Let's see. Back in 2001, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, over there in Italy, reopened after 11 years following a $27 million investment to fortify the structure while preserving the famous lean. I never went to Pisa. I drove by Pisa. Never went to Pisa. Let's see, where was I in Italy? I was stationed at Aviano, Italy, in Udine. I've been to Trieste. That's on the border of what was back then was Yugoslavia. Been to Milan. Been to Verona. Did we go to Naples? I think we went to Naples. No, I never been to Scandinavia, Laura. I just said that before. I would love to go there. I would love to visit Norway, Finland. I would probably much. I probably would want to visit Norway before I visit Sweden or Finland. I think Norway for me is. I'm always intrigued. I've always been intrigued by Norway, and I see pictures of Norway, the fords. Did I say that right? I think that's just very. I think I would enjoy being over in Norway and stuff. Not to say I wouldn't mind visiting Sweden and Finland as also, but I think Norway, of all those three countries, I would probably visit Norway first. It sits on the coast. It's just like here in the States. I think I kid and joke about California. New Yorkers kid about California, and I know Californians kid about people out here in New York and the East Coast. But I probably like California. I've been told. I had a coworker that said, "Oh, Rich, we talked about California. They were from San Jose. No, was it San Jose? No, I don't know. They were from California. They said I would really enjoy Northern California because it's a lot like upstate New York. Upstate New York is gorgeous, folks. I can't express it enough. I could take you to some places that would just like, wow. The one big place to see in upstate New York would be Niagara Falls. That is a must see. I mean, you go to the city, yeah, there's a lot of things down there man-made, but when you see the Niagara Falls for the first time, your eyes are like, really? I mean, you see the pictures, and a picture is nothing compared to when you're standing right there and you're seeing hundreds of millions of gallons of water just flowing through. And then on the American side, you can take an elevator down to the base and you can actually touch the falls. I've touched Niagara Falls. That stays with you for the rest of your life. If you visit Norway, visit the small towns. That's where the real culture is. And I found that out when I was first stationed over in Italy. My first time overseas, first time outside New York State, other than going to Minnesota. I was over in Italy. I think it was after I got out of the service. That's when I finally went to Canada. It's right next door. That's considered overseas. Our neighbor did, Canada, we don't look at it as it's Canada. We don't really look at it as a foreign country, but technically they're foreign, and we're foreign to them. But anyway, Italy, Aviano. When I went over there, my first city I visit was Venice. Venice is gorgeous. Sometimes it could stink because of canals. But we would always say, we would go to San Mark Square and stuff. It wasn't until like my third or fourth visit to Venice that you start going out into the little neighborhoods. That's where the real culture is. It's off the beaten path of the tourist tracks. Oslo is super expensive. Do not go. Okay. Helen says I have friends in Norway, and I still haven't been. I really should. Might make that the mission this year. Visit people in Norway and Germany. Life has been paused long. Yeah, Norway or Germany, Helen. I've driven when I was over in Italy the second time. The missus and me, we went up to visit my sister who was up. We visited her. Uh, she was stationed in Italy when I was stationed there, but then she got reassigned up in Germany. We took a visit up there. We drove through northern Italy, through Austria. Austria is gorgeous. Oh my God! We just drove through the place, and I'm like, wow, I would love to live here. Very mountainous, but very picturesque. I was waiting for what's her name from The Sound of Music, Come Over the Hills. But Germany, I found was it was nice. Germany was nice and clean. This was right when the Berlin Wall was coming down, so there was a big influx of people that were leaving Eastern Germany and stuff like that. But Germany itself, at that time, it would be West Germany, it's very clean. I was really surprised. Austria looks very nice. Never been there. I driven through it, Laura. You'd love it. I mean, it's very. I was really impressed. Of course, Northern Italy, I love. If I ever, I would love to go back there for a visit. Both me and the missus, we really enjoyed our time there. The 4 years we spent at Aviano, and it was very nice because it was a small. Right now, we lived outside. Right now, Aviano Air Base, they have a base housing. Back then, we lived out in the community, and it was nice. It was nice. It was very, very, very good living there. So, but Norway would be a place I'd love to visit. Maybe I'd go to Norway and then I hop over to Italy. Fly in. So if let me ask you this, Laura, if Oslo is very expensive, where would you fly into? Would you still have to fly into Oslo for international, or is there another place in Norway that you can fly into from the United States? I'd have to check that out. I'm gonna have to look that up, just for kicks and giggles. Let's see. What else do we have for history here as we're moving on? I keep on looking at the clock. We started early, didn't we? Wednesday we started early, and we started early today. Again, December 15th, 1791 on this day. That's why it's the Bill of Rights Day. Today it was back on this day in 1791. The Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments of the U.S. Constitution, went into effect following ratifications by Virginia. Virginia was the last state to ratify them. In 1939, the Civil War motion picture epic Gone with the Wind, starring Vivian Leigh and Clark Gable, he was a classic actor, had its world premiere in Atlanta. You don't see that movie on too much. I guess I wonder if that's one of the ones that got whacked by the woke people. You don't see that movie on there. I'll have to. I bet you can find it on Netflix somewhere. In 1944, a single-engine plane carrying band leader Glenn Miller. Oh man, Glenn Miller. What? I love his music. The big band era. A major in the United States Army Air Force disappeared over the English Channel while en route to Paris. They never found him. There are airports in Bergen. Okay, Bergen. Okay. Stavanger and Karmøy. Western part. Okay. The western part. Okay, that's along the coast. That's along the coast. I've heard of Bergen. Bergen. Okay. I'll have to check those out. Thank you. Thank you, Laura. They're western. Are they more? Where are they? They're on the western. Are they more southern or northern or central on Norway? Just curious. I'll check them out on the map. Yeah, Glenn Miller, great musician. As far as that goes, entertaining the troops. Let's see. In 1978, President Jimmy Carter announced he would grant diplomatic recognition to Communist China on New Year's Day and sever official relations with Taiwan. I think we still got relations with Taiwan. which communist China doesn't. But we recognized communist China in 1978, as far as that goes. We should. They're the big dogs, like Southwest, but more in the West. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Laura. Gives me a little more geography lesson there as far as the country of Norway. Thank you, Laura. I like that. Hey, Thamer, good morning. Thamer coming in from this. There's a place I'd like to go. Thamer coming in from Riyadh, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There's to be a place. I never got to the sandbox, as we called it. I call it. As far as that goes, they sent everybody else, but they didn't send me. Good morning, Thamer. Coming in for Riyadh, where currently it's 2:39 p.m. Sunny skies, 66 degrees. You must be freezing your butt off there, dude. 66 degrees in Riyadh. Wow. You got the winter coat out? Oh. Let's see. Continuing on with our world history here, or history for the day. Let's see, in 2011 on this day, the flag used by U.S. forces in the Iraq War was lowered in a low-key Baghdad airport ceremony marking the end of the war that had left 4,500 Americans and 110,000 Iraqis dead because of the war, and it cost more than $80 billion. Now the question was, people are asking, did we really have to go in there? Probably. I don't know. But we were in and we were out. Not like Afghanistan. We were in. We took 10 years to get out. As much as people want to criticize, let's and then what the Ukraine war? How much longer is that's going to go on until they get? It's almost like the Ukrainians want total victory. I don't think you're going to get total victory against the Russians, as far as that goes. Ukraine used to be part of the Soviet Union. We're helping them out, as long as also NATO countries and stuff like that. But we have to have an end. Yes.
You're going to be going to the bathroom soon?
Hang on for a minute, folks. Okay. I'm going to take a little break here, folks, and I'll be right back. That's just give me a chance to refresh the coffee here, and I will be right back. So, Laura, take a flight. Send some sun over here, Thamer. Yeah, we need some sun. It's sunny, 66. That's perfection. Yeah, that's a good temperature. Okay, I'll be right back, folks. we're back. We're back. Oh, it's 1 hour. 1 hour. We're 1 hour into the broadcast here, so we're back. I just had to converse with the missus here, and topped off my coffee here. Oh, okay, 6:45. Well, yeah, we've been on for an hour now, so got a fresh cup of coffee, and I also snagged a Christmas candy, peppermint. A big treat. A treat this morning. Got my coffee as well. Okay, Tony. But you have one of these. You have a Christmas treat. A peppermint. Raise my cup to you, Tony. There we go. Let's see. Which is the best airport to fly into New York, Helen says. You know, Helen, I've flown in and out of Kennedy. Kennedy is mostly for international, but it's out there. But and I think most of the time I was in the service, I was flying in and out of Newark, which is in New Jersey, which I think is a little bit better. I've never flown out of LaGuardia. That's right there in Queens. As far as yeah, cheers, Tony. Cheers. Oh, show off. When have I ever shown off? Okay. So I would say, you know, if you're flying in from where you're at, probably you'd have to fly in because it's international. You'd have to fly into Kennedy, but I think they would have. I'm not sure if they would have international flights flying into Newark. I've flown out of Kennedy, as far as that goes, going back to when I was in the service a couple times, but most of the time I flew out of Philly International. Edinburgh flies directly to both. Okay, so I would say airport wise, Newark. I think there's a lot more going on. Newark would be better because you're right next to the city. Kennedy is out there. You got to take the subway in and all that, but Newark is right. I would say, I was about to say Newark has, with all the air traffic coming, that's direct. Yeah, I think Newark would be the better. I would fly into Newark when we were coming back from Japan. That's the last time I was on an airplane flying back from Japan, when I got out of the Air Force, retiring, and in that direction, typo, yeah. Air traffic coming in that direction, yeah. It's just we flew to Newark. You know, we had a changeover in Minneapolis, St. Paul, which went really good. But Newark, I would say Newark. They have it when you get off the plane. There's a tram that goes around. You can get there to go to the rent-a-car, and it's very, very. Once you clear customs, very seamless and stuff. And I don't think I've ever, because we flew out of Japan. I disembarked and cleared customs in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Because I don't remember clearing customs in Newark, so I'm not sure how the internet. You know, an airport's an airport. So if you got a direct flight to Newark, I would take Newark over Kennedy. If you got a direct flight, as far as that goes, and Kennedy, it just seems like it's out there. You know, you got to go through. You know, Newark is in New Jersey, but you have a lot of ways of going where there's only one road that leads into Kennedy, basically. I flew into Kennedy once, and I took the subway there to Brooklyn in the middle of the night, and it was an experience. I was in my uniform. Just after I got out of, I was still in tech. I just got out of tech school, and I flew into Kennedy from Chicago, and I took the subway to my grandmother's house there, and there was a changeover. I had to wait. I'm sitting there, and I was the only one in the subway station. I forget where the subway station was. It was the last leg going into Brooklyn. And I'm sitting there, and the worker came down and sat next to me, looking at me, and then he looked at me again, and he says, "Son, do you know where you're at?" And I says, "Yeah, I'm going to Brooklyn, sir. I'm waiting for the next train." He says, "Yeah, but this isn't. You should. I had my camera. I had a Canon 35 millimeter dangled on, and I had my duffel bag. And he says, I would suggest you. He goes, I would suggest you put that camera in your duffel bag because you might get it stolen from you. And says, "No, I'm all right, sir." But he was just a little concerned because I stood out like a sore thumb in my uniform. I was in the dress blues and stuff. Let's see. Did we finish? Yeah, we finished the. Um, we finished the history here as far as that goes. So let's see. Let's catch up. Tony's calling me a show off. Okay, cheers to you, Tony. And Tony said JFK, Edinburgh flies direct. I was about to say Newark has which bit best. Okay, okay. You're saying Kennedy is better than Newark, Tony? I'm just backing up on the comments here. Edinburgh flies direct to both. I was about to say Newark has to, with all the air flights coming in that direct typo. Okay. I don't know, dude. I would say I've been through Newark Airport a lot more than Kennedy, and I guess I would say Newark because it's closer to where I want to go. We flew into Newark um, when we were leaving Japan. We actually left a little bit earlier because they had an earlier flight. We had to fly out of Narita Airport in Japan, and then so we cleared customs, and there was a flight that went to Minneapolis, St. Paul, and then we changed over from a flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul that went right into Newark, and then I almost lost a family there because I'm putting the bags into the train thing, and I turn around and there's a tram and my kids are waving by. I caught the next one. We got to the car rental. They got off at the car rental stop, and a gentleman helped them with all the bags and stuff like that. And I got there. I just got this look from the missus. Was just conversing with. She's got a meeting this morning, so I won't be walking with her this morning. So I'll be walking solo. But I got to the counter and they said, "Oh, good, hello, sir. What can I do for you?" I said, "Give me the biggest freaking car that you have, so I could throw all these bags in the back trunk." And we got a big. It was a big Chevy Impala, I guess, or something like it. It was a nice car. What the hell was it? An Impala? It was nice. It was a nice car. Okay, let's see. Last night there was football, if you want to call it football. I couldn't believe this game. Last night you had the Raiders and Chargers, two do nothing teams really. The Raiders, though, somehow scored 63 points over the Chargers. Chargers, and I picked the wrong team. Both Michael and me. I was almost going to change it to the Raiders, but Michael Bathurst picked the Chargers, so I said, I'll stay with. I picked the Chargers right out of the gate, but I forgot about the quarterback situation. They had this kid called Stick, and he was a stick that got just plowed over. Now the thing about the Raiders is this past weekend they played Minnesota. They couldn't score squat, and Minnesota won on a field goal. Right, that's cue for me to make. Yeah, we'll go make more calls. We're going to talk about football a little bit, Alan. Just a little bit, because I have an interesting article here. I guess I'm going to talk about basketball. Is that different, or is that you equate that the same as football? Probably the same as football. Oh, what happened here? So, but just to finish that, the Raiders, they scored 63 points last night, but they couldn't score anything last week. Their season's done anyway. They're not. There were so many turnovers by the Chargers. I mean, they scored 3 touchdowns before I knew it. I thought they were doing a replay on a touchdown, and it was another touchdown. So I didn't watch the game. I went to bed early last night. What's going on with this? Actually, no, I did go to bed late. I was lurking there, Tony, on Ted's broadcast last night. Hopefully, you got enough. You got enough. I didn't want to. I was debating to chime in, so I just sat there. It's probably one of the first times I just sat there. I was fighting the urge, but I didn't want to get typing because everybody was in bed. That late at night, I can't really make too much noise because people are sleeping. Let's visit our friend Jim Figerty. What's he doing? He's got cats on his screen. What the hell's that all about? Jim Figerty is a broadcaster that's over there. Happy birthday, Colin. Who is Colin? That's what's being shown on Jim Figerty's broadcast. Oh, he's moving his mouse. There he is. There's Jim Figerty. Hey, Jim. Let's see what he has to say. Is he saying anything? Oh, it looks like the chat is coming in from his Discord. Oh, speaking of Discord, that's another thing I did yesterday. I actually looked at my Discord channel, and I was asked because I think you asked me, Laura. Okay, Laura's going to tell us. Colin is a chatter on Jim Figerty's channel. I made that. Oh, you made that video. Okay. All right, hang on for a minute. Oh, you made that. Is okay. He turned it off. Okay. Let's see. Thamer says I heard Twitch a lot. Yeah, I heard that too, Thamer. I'm not too happy with that. I don't know what I saw that yesterday on the headline. I'm going what? In their platform. I don't know if this news. I saw an article. I think it says to a limited extent. So what's the limited extent? Because right now they're running the border, the bathtub girls and the girls that paint themselves and stuff like that. Ah, I guess they're making some money, so I guess they're looking at allowing it and stuff like that. It'll be interesting to see. I saw that yesterday, Thamer. That was pretty like so. But Laura, Colin is a chatter on Jim Figerty's channel, and you made that video. Okay, that was pretty good. I just he just shut it off and stuff like that. So I don't want to. I like to check in on Jim just to see, he gives me um, motivation, I guess. I'm way behind him. He's like, he's still doing this, and if I'm still doing this at his age and stuff, I'll have him to thank because he's the one that gave the inspiration. Yeah, that was a pretty good graphic there. I was wondering what the hell. That's because Jim Figerty is I guess he was a music teacher, and he's very he can play instruments, and so he's musically inclined and stuff like that, and he still does a tune now and then and stuff like that. So that's good. So football, we're done with football, Helen. It was just the game last night. You couldn't even call it a game. I mean, when the Miami Dolphins beat the Denver Broncos, you know, the Miami Dolphins they're more of a powerhouse than the Raiders. The Raiders are just they're in disarray. Let's see. I use CapCut to make videos and some other programs. A lot of fun you can do with those programs. Yeah, I still believe it or not, Laura. I still use Movie Maker, Microsoft Movie. I like using because it's what you see is what you get. I don't like. I know there's other better programs and stuff, but it's something I've used over the years, so I have it on my older box. That's where I do all my. If I do any video editing, I use it there, as far as that goes, and it's a simple program. I like the simple programs. Another good simple program that I like using audio wise is Audacity. Audacity is and I know Helen uses it. Audacity is just, you know, if you use Audacity, donate to these guys because it's just it's and the same thing with OBS. I'm on OBS. I love using OBS. I checked into um, what was that Laura? You were telling me the other day. You were telling me about um, Twitch Studios. Twitch Studios, I checked into it, and I don't think I'm going to use it because it mentioned one thing. I was checking out some YouTubes on it and some folks that use it, and they were going the pros. If you're just starting out broadcasting, use it. It's a great program to use. It's simple and stuff like that. But if you use OBS or some other platform, you may not want to use this because Twitch Studios is more of a CPU hog than OBS. And I know OBS at times on my older boxes could be a CPU hog. The current Acer box that I have, PC desktop, it has a good CPU. Hey, good morning, Tina, our Jersey girl. Boy, you're just coming in at 7? Is Hal broadcasting today? Usually you're over on Hal's broadcast. Good morning, though. Raise my coffee cup to you, Tina. Thank you for being here, spending some time here. I'm glad to have you here. You just got up? Okay, there you go. Is that considered sleeping in for you though? If I slept into 7 o'clock, I would be that's big time sleeping in for me, because I'm usually up at like 4:30, quarter to 5, 5 o'clock. You just got up. Well, glad to have you. You just got up and you came over here on this broadcast. I appreciate that. Oh, after dialysis. Okay, gotcha. You got the dialysis going. Okay. We do have football games this Saturday. There's 3 games. They're all going to be on the NFL channel. I'll be watching them. Let's see. We got the Vikings and Bengals, Steelers and Colts, and Broncos and Lions. So it's one game at 1 o'clock. Then there's a game at 4:30, and then there's an evening game. So I'll be watching it. I'll be watching on the NFL channel. This TV will be on all day playing football. As far as that goes, it's are there any interesting games? Probably the Broncos Lions. That's the evening game. Vikings Bengals. I don't know about the Steelers Colts. That's as far as that goes. Laura. And Laura's asking what level of diabetic and stuff like that, as far as that goes in the chat. And again, that's one of the great things for the people that are watching on the replay. You can go ahead and live stream on YouTube and Rumble, and they have the chat there. But I find the chat here just more engaging. It's just more engaging. Usually, if I watch a YouTube live, I put the chat off to the side. I hide the chat because it just it goes, especially. Well, I would have to say I do use the chat when I'm on Ted Hicks's broadcast. Like I watched him I watched him a little on YouTube, but then I go on. I remember watch him on Twitch. And then Michael Bathurst, he uses YouTube a lot, YouTube Live. He broadcasts to Twitch, but he doesn't use Twitch as much as he should. And Tina's had it for 50 years. Yeah, so was that hereditary, Tina? Is that being can that be hereditary also if you've had it for 50 years, or it's just that's a problem in the country here in the United States. We got a lot of people that are diabetic and stuff. Yeah, so it is. Okay, so it is. Okay. I think I asked you that once before, now that I think of it, and whatnot. So, but because I've worked with people that they were borderline. We had one individual that he was diabetic, and it was a result of his diabetic. He didn't get attention quickly, and he passed away. This is several years back. He was a good guy. As far as that goes, it sort of hit us all real hard too, as far as that goes, and stuff. But died. He passed away too young, and stuff like that. I think he was up on the I think he might have been a higher level. I don't know. It just I know I gotta watch what I eat because I don't want to go there. I don't have any no issues and stuff. As far as that goes, but it's enough to motivate me to curb how I eat and stuff like that because you know. In Tina's case, she said it was hereditary, but if you don't eat properly and you don't take care of yourself, you can end up like that. I ended up in the hospital in 2016. Laura says then they found out I had diabetes 1. It's important, yeah. It's important to keep tabs on things, especially older, because that's when it can really come about. So I'm aware. You got to be aware of those levels as far as that goes. Let's see, basketball. I have the tab up for basketball. What's going on in basketball? Did I say anything? Did Celtics play last night? They didn't play last night. I won't say anything about it. Oh, there's something going on. Oh, let me back up here. What is it? Who is this guy? They suspended Draymond Green. Did he finally get suspended again? I'm just catching up with this. That I caught this. I'm not a fan. NBA suspended him, but I guess it's they suspended and last night on Ted Hicks's broadcast, Late Night Parent, they didn't really elaborate. Yeah, definitely. So I got to catch up on that story, Tony. I was like, what? I thought he was suspended for a couple of days, but I guess it's because of Site's repeated history. So it's his antics as far as that goes. Suspended indefinitely by the NBA for striking. Oh, he hit somebody. Ooh, no. Striking Suns centers. I'm just reading the top of the headlines on ESPN. The Suns center in the face. Yeah, suspend his ass. He has a problem. He's always been the bully. He's worse. He's as bad as John Lambier. Remember Lambier from the Detroit Pistons? I remember one time he came down on Parrish. He went to his arms, boom, 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 and he just whacked the crap out of Parrish, Celtic center. And they should have threw him out of the. I think they threw him out of the game, suspended him 1 or 2. They should have suspended him for the rest because it was obvious it was intentional. Yeah, Bill Lambier, God, was he a brute? And Jermon Green is just another, anger issues. Yeah, definitely, that's for sure. You're playing a sport. You don't need to be angry about it. Just play and compete. It's just a matter of time. It caught up with Green there as far as that goes. Hey, Glick, drama on Green is a punk ass with no self-control. I agree. Tina's laughing. We got Glick coming in from Ohio. Thank you, Glick. Waking up this morning, spending a little time with us here. We're in our second hour as far as that goes. Yeah, I might have to read a little bit about that. Not that I, he's on a team. You're on a team that's won several NBA championships, and you do this shit. It's just, I don't know. He's been like this the whole control. Just get rid of. Yeah, I agree. At this point, they should just ban him. There's no room for that. It's just like ban him for life. As far as that goes, it's just he's saying I didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, bullshit. So after years emboldening Jermon Green, NBA suspends him indefinitely. That's good. Keep him suspended. Helen says athletes with anger issues, I just assume they are on some. I wouldn't be surprised with this guy. It would not surprise me. Let's see, Shaq. Let's see what Shaq says. Shaq says Jermon Green's would get 2-game ban if he were in the NBA, if he was the NBA commissioner. Oh, I disagree with you, Shaq. Just because he's a good player doesn't give him a pass. Suspend him for the rest of the season. I disagree with Shaq. Is Shaq on something? He's just an asshole. Don't think he's on. Yeah, he is. I think he just thinks he's a badass. Who was the guy with Chicago? Rodman. Rodman was another guy, but he at least controlled himself. Rodman and even Lambier. I mean, this guy is a different version of a badass, a wannabe badass in the NBA. So, okay, so I'm caught up on that. I got the gist of it. Um, and even the coach, Stephen Curry, on why Drummond Green's suspension makes sense. So he agrees with it. And Kevin Durant speaks on Drummond's fragrant 2 on it was it should be just automatic count. I hope Drummond gets the help he needs. He gets the help. He's been needing the help for years, for Christ's sakes. Let's see. Helen says he should be drug tested. Yeah, he probably should be because of that. Yeah. And he had issues. Career. He just an asshole. Don't think he's on drugs. I don't know. I question that. Rodman was a Piston first with. Yeah, was he a Piston? He was, wasn't he? I liked Rodman was okay. He was sort of a clown act for the, but he could play. He grabbed the rebounds. Oh my God, sounds like he needs a boot in the balls. Yeah, yeah. I don't think that would help him though. And definitely for swinging at some, yeah. So I guess he took a swing. Keep him. He needs to come to terms. That's what it comes. He doesn't have the privilege to play in the league anymore. That's why I disagree with Shaq. I like Shaq, but I disagree with the Shaq. The Sauce. Hello, experienced middle-aged men. Okay, the Sauce. First-time chatter. Glad to be here. Watch your P's and Q's, first-time chatter, because you go, you say something differently or in a derogatory way. I will push the ban button, okay? We keep it clean here, okay? We keep it nice. You'll get a warning depending on how drastic if you continue. I give this to every first-time chatter for the most part there, the Sauce. So, Helen, a swift kick in the in the nuts with some steel toe caps resolves the issue, I think. It'd help him a lot. Yeah, probably wake him up and stuff. So that's I don't really. That's when sports just it turns me off on the sports as far as that goes. And he's done this before. He's brushed, but I guess this was just an outright. So like I said, I just saw this. I think I saw this being mentioned yesterday. So like I said, I haven't been really following the NBA other than the Celtics. Oh, no, sir. I select you specifically because you seem slightly older and I want your advice on something. I don't give advice, the Sauce. I give a perspective of where I'm at. I'm not an advice man, so you can go ahead and ask your question, but that way of that line of chatting there, I know where that's going to go. So, if it's political or whatever, just be careful, okay? I'll consider that your first warning, okay? Because just by, anybody asking me for my advice, look at your family to get advice, okay? I'm not the person to give you advice. I give an outlook of how I look at things and stuff like that, and it's up to you to guide your life. I'm not an advice guy, okay? Let's see. Basketball. Let's see. Did the Celtics win? NBA. Oh no, don't worry. Yeah, just be careful on what you ask, okay? I say that very sincerely and directly. I have no intention to disrespect. Okay, that's good. All right. You can ask. I don't know if I'll, you're in the chat, so, but I do appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here this morning. And what part of the world are you from, the Sauce? We got people from Riyadh. We got people from Ohio. We got people from Michigan. And the Sauce, can you get to it quickly because or you slow down his. Do I have a flow, Helen? We're in the extra hour here, so I'm just having fun here. We're in the extra hour, so. No, usually it's towards after the hour I get these first time chatters. So I'm a little leery. Good question. It's kind of related to. I'm from the middle. Oh, okay. So you're from the Middle East. You're over there in Thamer's part of the world. Okay. Yeah, Rich, you have I do have a flow. Thank you. I'm taking that as a really good compliment. I have a flow. A workflow. I'm always thinking everybody should have a nice workflow. Everything, like if I pick up this pen, there is a workflow. I get my hand ready. I put my fingers just such. I move my hand down slightly going towards the pen. And then I put my fingers down on either side and I close the pen. That's a workflow. Everything can be related to a workflow. Thank you, Helen. It's just a workflow. I like that. I have a flow. Tina, my huge dog just knocked over my. Oh God! Be right back. Okay, huh? Okay, Tina. I've knocked over my coffee. Let's see. And Laura's got the thing. I like your vibe. Very chill, at ease. This is cool. Taking your time. Yeah. Well, I'm retired. I've been retired here for. Oh, actually, let's see. It's the 15th. So be May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I've been retired 8 months now, as of Tuesday. I forgot about that. 8 months. I'm enjoying life, folks. And part of that is doing this broadcast. Okay, what's Jack doing? Jack, are you all right? He's in a stance there. He's being stared down. Come here, Jack. Come here. Oh, is he being chased? I think he just got chased. Helen says, Tina, lady says, nonsensical nonsense, right? And the sauce. I know in America you should say thank you for your service to veterans, but I think firefighters deserve that. Well, I was in both. I was a firefighter, and I was a firefighter in the Air Force. So I appreciate you thanking. If you're over there, let's see. You said you were over in Saudi. Let's see. Oh, you're from the Middle East. Okay, you're over there in the Middle East. Well, double, triple, and a million. Okay, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Just think of the people in your country that are serving. Thank them also, as far as that goes. Let's see. Laura says my cat pushed a wooden brick on the floor when she wants food. Oh, really? Is that her signal? This morning, I didn't wake up until quarter of. I didn't wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock. There, usually we have 5 cats. Just so the. Oh, here comes Jack. He's going to probably come up here. Come on, Jack. Come up here. We have 5 cats. The one cat, Bug.
Somebody peeked all over the house still.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it was during the chase or what. It was behind the couch, it was upstairs.
Oh.
During the chase.
Is it cleaned up?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I'm so. I could have.
No, you were busy.
Oh.
I
like your hair.
Oh, good morning.
You like your
long,
hair.
isn't it?
Did you cut? Oh, it's long. Oh, wow, it is. Yeah, you don't usually go that long. Oh, yeah. The missus doesn't like long hair. She's just. Yeah, you got the earrings. Okay.
No, it's to there. That's
Oh, yeah,
usually
you're
when I
right.
cut it off.
That's why you look different. Okay.
Plus, I blow it
Yeah,
out
you
this
blow it
back,
out.
yeah.
Okay, you look nice. What time's your meeting?
8.
8 o'clock. Okay, that's right. So I'm doing a solo on the walk. Okay, so I don't really have to run. The missus she does community work and stuff like that, so she has a meeting this morning. Let's see. My cat pushed, but getting back to my cat story, Laura. Bug, she's the black cat. See, Jack wants to get out now. He's like looking. He's been chased around.
Well, he thinks he's gonna get something special. That's why.
No, he just ran by the kitchen door.
Oh.
But Bug will come up on my chest and she'll start meowing at me like, "Get your ass up and feed us and stuff at 2 o'clock." So I'll oh, thank you. Look at Rich's face when he's talking to the missy. His face just lights up talking about her hair. Did you hear that? I didn't. I wouldn't know. It's just like it looked. It's just like I had to do it.
If I looked good, I'd have it shaved.
Yeah, she has. Cats are awesome, and you have 5. Wow. Yeah. But thank you, Helen. She's watch it back. Yeah. But Bug would bug like the insect, but she bugged me to get up, and I guess I didn't move, and the missus got up, and But she usually comes over and she'll jump. I'll be lying on my back and she'll jump up and she's meowing. I'll open my eyes and she's right there in my face. It's like okay, and then I'm petting her and it's like oh, I try to go back and then she'll just meow some more. So I'll wake up, and she's like an alarm clock though. She wakes.
3:30 in the morning.
Well,
Seriously?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's about the time I usually get up. I guess I was crashed, so the missus got up and took care of him and stuff. Yes, slave, get up and feed the cats, Mister. They all do that. Yeah, that's true, Helen. But I enjoy. They give. They're part of the family, so that's no problem. Um, but yeah, the missus she has a meeting this morning, so I'm. It's a Friday too, so she has. When do you have this? Like, is it once a month or once every 2 weeks?
Once a month we have an evening meeting, but this is like a
Keep it general.
official breakfast meeting.
A breakfast meeting.
Well,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
not one
They go
person.
over. She's doing some activities. They're getting ready for some things that are going to take place over the summer, as far as that goes. At for the community and stuff like that. So. Helen says it's so weird driving home and she's not at the end of the street to greet the car. Oh, your cat. Yeah, I remember you saying that she would be there at the end of the street. Yeah. I miss mine. Yeah, I miss Calvin. Calvin. He's one. We used to have 6 cats, but we lost him recently. It's so weird driving home. Okay, the sauce. Okay, so here's my situation. It's about work. In my country, when you're on probation, the company can only dismiss you if you violate one of the labor laws, and they can fire you when with no compensation. If even if you're one day away from your payday. Well, that's the rules of engagement, I would call it, for the particular job. I don't know what to say about that. Um, like I said, you could. That's too bad. Okay, here's the situation. It's about work in my country when you're on probation, 3 months. Okay, we're gonna have an ad. The ad ends. Are we running ads? Thing popped up. I'm trying to understand your statement there, Sauce. Um, it's about work in my country when you're on probation, 3 months. The company can only dismiss you if you violate one of the labor laws, and they can fire you with no compensation, even if you're one day away from. Well, that's their rules of engagement. Tina, see you, Rich. Gotta go. Okay, love to you, Tina. Thank you for popping in from Jersey. Greatly appreciate it. Um, this dog made a mess. Yeah, well, our cats just made a mess, but the missus took care of it. Usually I'm cleaning up this stuff as far as that goes. So we'll see you later, Tina. You have a great day, and as far as that goes, have a great weekend. And thank you for being here. I don't know what to say to that, Sauce. It's if that's the requirements of the you should know those requirements beforehand. Um, let's see. Don't know anything about employment laws in the Middle East. Over here, you have to be paid for work you've done, even on probation. That goes to your I guess you got the country, we got state labor laws and stuff like that, so that would dictate it. So every place is different as far as, especially country to country, as far as that goes. So but I'm leaving my job, and the new one I'm joining mentions that we can fire you for any reason not necessary from labor laws, so you can fire me on the silliest reasons, and I hesitate to sign a new trial. Well, what's the silliness? I don't know. That's your choice. That's what you have a choice. You really want that job? Is the job very interesting? Then you're gonna toe the line of the company. Are you gonna kiss their ass? No, but you don't want to flaunt that in your face because there's repercussions. I know that for a fact. I remember back in my Air Force career, I would say. I got called into the chief's office, and he thought I was being a little disrespectful at an event. a fire prevention event. And he asked, "Do you like your job?" And I said, "Yeah, I like my job." He said, "You still want to be a fire inspector?" And I knew I was only there for a year. And I said, "Chief, you can put me anywhere you want, and I'll do the best job I can." The impression I got from the chief, he wanted me to kiss his ass. I won't kiss anybody's ass. I'll do the best job I can do for where I'm working at, and I did that for the last 17 years where I was working at, and there was a mutual thing. If I did some silliness at my current job, I could be fired like that because there's certain guidelines. There's some gray area. They can't name everything, so they're going to probably put that out there. So if you really want the job, you take the job. If not, it's your choice.
I don't like your face today. You're fired.
I think if you're going to get fired, there's a reason for a person getting fired. So I don't think they arbitrarily, willy-nilly.
Some people do.
Well, there's some major companies aren't like that. So some small mom and pop shops, yeah, there's always that emotional factor that comes in and stuff. You don't have control. But if you're at a major employer that has certain rules, and they're just trying to cover all the boards and stuff like that. Let's just say the silliness is you're on if you have a X/Twitter account and you post pornography on that. That may not be in line with the company's culture, so they can fire you for that. Okay, so Helen says you need to check the employment. Yeah, you got to check the employment laws, Sauce. Is it legal for them to just fire you for any reason? It doesn't matter what the contract says. But you know as well as I do, Helen, if they really want to fire you, they'll find something. They'll make it uncomfortable for you to stay there.
I think as long as they make it known ahead of time.
Yeah, if they know it known ahead of time, if you've had a
not
warning
union,
or
if it's
something
not
like that,
union.
yeah. But there's some places. Not to say there's probably some places the saw says, but that's not the case. It's a sales job. I have to generate sales, and they could easily just fire me before payday, and it's a new company. Well, when I met and I was there, the staff didn't seem happy at all.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what to say. You just got to check your labor laws and stuff. And if it's a new company that took over, I guess that's the prerogative for a new company taking over any company. They can. Well, look what Elon did with X/Twitter. He let a lot of people go. Sales is always tough. I would never go into the job sales. I've heard about that. It seems interesting, but I would never go into sales. Glick says nonsensical nonsense. In the states, we have some states that are right to work states, and they can literally fire you for anything. Exactly, Glick. It changes. That's the thing. United States, to give it in context there, Sauce, the United States, if you take each state, they can be a country unto their own. That's why it's called the United States. I mean, you could take New York, and New York State could be a country unto its own, even though it has its problems and stuff with debt and stuff like that. Yes, I'm aware of that. So I don't know what to say. It's just like, jobs are. That's why I'm glad I'm retired. I was very thankful that when I got out of the service, I had 2 jobs that took me to retirement. And the first one I can talk about, I worked at IBM in Endicott for 9 years. And was it 7 years? No, it was 9 years. I worked at Endicott IBM for 9 years in manufacturing, and that was great. I loved it. I thought I was going to be there until I turned 65. But I left there to go to another place where I spent the last 17 years, and I was very fortunate working with the people I worked with. A lot of interesting stuff. A lot of interesting stuff. A lot of projects. Let's see. They'll never do whatever it takes. They'll do whatever it takes to save money and not me. That's a given. Which is the workforce is expendable. I don't agree with it. Okay. But I think if you're a good worker and you're worth your value and stuff, and that sales is. I mean, I see on the commercial, the TV stations, they're always looking for salesperson. So that's telling me right there, there's such a big turnover. So I don't know what to say. So Helen says, no, they are very strict discipline rules here. And yes, companies will try to just sack people, but they can be taken before a tribunal. Yeah, that's what's done over there in the UK. Yeah, and we have labor laws that if a person's unfairly fired and stuff, they can go to court here in the States. I think there's an avenue for that. It's the same thing, Helen. So it's similar. May not be totally the same, but it's similar. Do you think it would be out of line to tell them to fix that one line? Oh, I don't know if I do that. That they can't fire me for any reason. No, that's I don't think that would work. You could try it, but I don't think I you could ask them about it, question what you could question them more specific, but I'm not an advisor, so I don't know. Your situation where you're working at is completely different than what the work conditions here, and even where Helen works, it would be I would almost think working over in the UK would be a little bit more pleasant than some of the workplaces here in the United States. To be honest with you, Helen, it would be I think after a year or two it would wear off, but so I don't know what to say to you, that what you're asking there, Sauce. That's something you have to decide. Is it going to benefit you? If they're that strict or something like that, I don't know. However, they can't keep your pay here unless you caught stealing or something. You're right. Helen says, my advice, although I'm not an older man, only a woman, don't take the job and find. Yeah, I'd say find something else. It's better. If the other employers aren't happy, it tells you all you need to know. Yeah, you got to look at the environment. Again, I'm not an advisor. I don't advise people on this channel. I don't give financial advice or anything. I'm just here talking about my outlooks on life and stuff like that. So the job market, I'm retired, so I wish you the best in trying to figure that out for you. The Sauce, that's up to you. So let's see. Glick says to Helen, Piff, what does a... Oh, come on. No, I'm not saying that, Glick. Come on. I know you're joking. Women are probably the hardest workers there are. You heard that. She said exactly. See? No, they are. I was fortunate enough when I was in the Air Force. I was at Aviano Air Base when I was there the first time. This is 78 to 81. They allowed women to become female firefighters. There's a lot of guys that didn't want to see that done, and then they came in. We had some. The vast majority of the women that came in as firefighters, great firefighters. You know how you gear a firefighter? You're gonna be able to pull my ass out if I get knocked over or something like that, and they can. There's some that weren't made to be firefighters. They shouldn't have been in the career field. But there's also guys that shouldn't have been in the career field. I've seen that firsthand. So, let's see. Nonsensical. Now I know, right? Only a woman whose background is literally this topic. What the fuck do I? Yeah, you know a lot, Helen. Don't. I know you're laughing there. I just want to cuddle your cat. Oh, okay. It's not. I missed it. They are. Helen says, "Say it, Rich. I triple dog." No. I don't go there. You've known me long enough, Glick. You know me. I'm not gonna go there. No. The missus is right in the next room.
She wants you to get slapped.
I don't.
What is it, Helen?
No, it's just Glick is saying this. Oh. He's saying it jokingly, okay?
Oh.
You're gonna get me in trouble, Glick.
Yeah.
You saw the missus. Oh no.
You said that, I probably just laugh at you. Like, no, you go to the kitchen.
No, we're just funny and stuff. Yeah, he doesn't play. He's just playing Glick. He's having. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Helen says, "Hey, missus." That's probably the first time she's ever been. She's no, but my life, yeah, it's decisions you have to make, and sometimes you gotta, you can ask for advice. I can't give. Did this go out again? What the hell? I guess this times out after a while. I wonder how long this times out. I gotta keep an eye on this. We're gonna go. I'm gonna put it over on the. Let's put it on the Google. There we go. We'll put it on the pictures here. Hey, Mrs. Nothing to see. Nothing to see here. She liked that click. And nice to put a face to the voice. Yeah. One of these days, okay? It's just, she has to be comfortable with it and stuff like that. I mean, one of these days we'll have a sit down where I'll set up a camera where we'll have a Meet the Missus type broadcast and stuff. I thought about that, stuff like that, but she's. Hey, Jeeves, good morning. Good morning. Jeeves is here. Glad to have you here. Jeeves coming in from Canada, where I'm sure they have different labor laws than here in the United States, as far as that goes. And glad to have you here, Jeeves. I think you're missing my last chat. I think, let's see. That's why I call you Experience. Okay, yeah, I got it here, Sauce. That's why I called you Experience, because I feel like you could give me some with. Yeah, well, no, he's saying it respectfully. I could see you saying, trying to get another opinion, but like I said, I don't give opinions, or I give my opinion, my view, but I don't want to give advice. Okay, that's full disclosure. This isn't an advice channel, and I don't want it to be. I know there's other channels, they'll tell you exactly what they think and stuff like that. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's I think Helen had the best take there, as far as if you're questioning a job like that, I'd check out your other options, maybe. Okay. You could ask about it, but to ask them to remove it, I don't. My opinion, I don't think it's going to happen, as far as that goes. And as far as I think of Sauce is calling you old. I am old. I'm 65 years old, Glick. I know reality. I'm old. I'm 65. I still outrun you in a mile. Maybe. I don't know. I say that boldly. I don't know. G saying hi to Helen. But catching your last... that's why I called you... Everybody has experience, Sauce. Don't cut yourself off too... there's some younger people that I know that have more experience than me on certain things. Like, we had electricians in here, vastly experienced, younger person, probably 30 years younger than me, but they advised me on. So don't cut yourself short. Everybody has experience, okay? All experience is you do things wrong once in a while, and then you finally say you're doing it right, and then you do it wrong again. That's part of life, as far as that goes. So you're going to have to decide. You could give me some wisdom. Yeah, but good wisdom, that's advice, and I don't give advice. Like I said, I'm not an advisor. I'm not an advisory and stuff like that. I know some good advisories and stuff like that, but I just look at life and stuff like that. So I hope that answers your question there. Let's see. I think of Saucy is calling you old. Helen, why the F do certain other people go live and broadcast over you? Oh, are they? Who is that? Oh, I see who you're talking about. That's his prerogative. No problem. It's 8 o'clock. It's no problem. I'm seeing that. I got Jim Figerty. He's got 20 people in his broadcast. We have Harley Viper, who's a very nice person. A little wild sometimes, but I follow Harley Viper. She's got 28 people. You've got this, who is this? TGR _ something. He's playing Call of Duty. And then you have Michael Bathurst, who doesn't know anything about Twitch as far as putting a category. He has no category. I guarantee he's chatting over there. Um, so I don't look at it that way, Helen. He can do whatever he wants as far as that's concerned. You know, let's see. Why the fuck? Don't take any. You're here, Helen. That's all that's important to me. Okay. I could care less about the other broadcasters. It's a big Twitch is big. Okay. I try not to broadcast on other people and stuff. I guess that's why this is a good thing. And Helen's saying Jeeves. Jeeves saying hi to nonsensical nonsense. Let's see the sauce. But it's difficult to find a job here. I've been on a search for months, and only recently I've been offered a couple of jobs. It's tough for everyone. Well, that's life is tough. Making decisions is tough, but it builds your character. It makes you who the person you are. So sometimes you got to go out on a limb. And if you like the job, I've had some jobs where once I got there, I loved it. Then the environment changed because of management. I changed with it. I tried to make the job as enjoyable as I can to do the work, to earn my pay, okay? Because that's what you're doing. You're working there to earn pay. You're not going there to just slough off. If you're going to work, you're going there to work for money, to earn a living. So you're expected to do some work, as far as that goes. But you try and do the best you can do, and that's all you can do. So I could be saying no to actually a great fitting job. That's for you to decide. That's up to you to decide whether it's good or not. That's your decision, not mine. Or so I can't base it on other people. No, because I don't know the particulars. You're just saying in general, and I don't want to go any further. So just that it tells you a little bit about myself. You can make the decision. You make a decision? Is the wrong decision down the end? Well, you leave and you go to a different company and stuff like that. Don't make it more than what it is. Okay? Life is too short. You're going to have more. I was fortunate to stay in the Air Force for 20 years. Then I got out. I worked for IBM for 9 years, and then they sold the farm. Yeah, they sold the place up here. They moved down to Armic. That's where the corporate headquarters for IBM is. IBM. My father worked for IBM and he loved that before he passed away. That I worked for IBM. And it was manufacturing. I loved the work. I was an electrical. Are you going out? Okay, you're heading out. Okay.
I'll see ya when I see ya. Between 12 and 1 probably.
Oh, that okay.
Yeah, because then we're gonna go over. We had that appointment to go over and work on the book.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good time. Enjoy. I'll see you after lunch then. Okay, I got the morning to myself here. Maybe.
Now he needs to leave so I can have a morning to myself.
What's that?
So now you need to go somewhere so I can have a morning to myself.
All right. Have fun.
Yeah.
Love you.
Love you.
Ciao, Bella.
Wow.
Okay, she's off on her meeting and stuff like that. So it's up to you, Sauce. IBM was great, and then it changed towards the end when they were getting ready to close it, and I was just real fortunate that I was able to find another. There's always another job, believe me, and I was fortunate enough to go into what I call the day job that I spent 17 years and I loved. I could still be working there, but it was time for me to say I could retire and enjoy, and I'm enjoying life even more so. I've been very fortunate. We're even working in the Air Force for 20 years. Was that cake? Was that really cake work? No, I had to work hard in the Air Force. There's certain jobs I had to do as a firefighter that but you learn. That's part of life. So you're gonna have to make the decision there. Nonsensical nonsense. You probably outrun me in 100-foot. Have you seen me? Do I look? No, I've seen some big guys, Chris, that they can outrun my sorry ass. Okay, about the same. Believe me, I don't. I remember when I was younger. This one guy, he was a really good softball pitcher. He had some weight on him and stuff like that. He kicked my ass in a 100-yard dash. It just blew me away. I was really into the running back then, but before I even got a third of the way, he was already across the finish line. I'm like, holy shit. Laura, frost out there looks. Oh yeah, it looks a little cold. We're gonna supposed to have a sunny day today, like I said in the weather. So, um, let's see. Helen says, well, we rent all going to jump over there, and I think that's what he's expecting if he wants. Oh, waiting until you were done. He might actually get an audience. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's one person over there from what the bean counter's telling me. Who else came on? Okay, yeah. So somebody's over there. Oh, he has a. I was on his broadcast yesterday. I don't do the raid thing. I don't like doing the raid thing anymore. It just doesn't feel right. And the sauce. Yes, I'm aware. Okay. Um, I hope that and I appreciate that. This is a good discussion, Sauce. It's a good discussion as far as talking about because I'm not working anymore. But again, I can't give you advice because I don't know the actual particulars and stuff like that. But I think what Helen says, she's still in the workforce, even though she's over there in the UK. You're going to have some shitty jobs that you have to freaking muddle through, but it's what you make it. It's what you make it, and I think that was my key in my work time. Is I even in the worst scenario, which was at the tail end of IBM, working at IBM, because that was the birthplace. Endicott was the birthplace of IBM, and it sort of took everybody's heart. And Helen says, "Have a great day, Mrs. We're all done jobs oh yeah, Mrs. Yeah, she just took off. Thank you, Helen. Yeah, we've all done jobs we just didn't really care for, and then that's where I could have stayed because there was a company that took over. I could have stayed there doing the same thing, but it wasn't IBM. The culture changed drastically. I said, I got to get out of this. And even the missus said, "Why don't you just go be a Walmart greeter? You'd be more happy. If you're not happy in your job, you need to change that job." That's basic right there. I've been very fortunate that I can honestly say I've been a little stressed in the job. Have I been unhappy with my job? Very, very little. Very little. Let's see, but I've been in situations where I worked hard on time, dedication, but I was let go just so they save money and always manipulate workers here, so I don't want to put myself in the same situation, but I appreciate. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to say to that, Sauce. That's a job. Okay, that's the culture of that particular job. So if that job has that type of culture, I mean, maybe is that sales in general? Is that what you're saying? Because you stated you're in a sales type position, and I'm taking it. If that's what sales is, I'm glad I didn't go into sales. Laura says I'm retired, and yes, I have jobs that I have hated. Yeah, I can actually say I don't think I've ever had a job I hated, other than the tail end of the 9 years that I worked at IBM in Endicott. It got to the management that took over. I said, no, there's no leadership here. I need to get out of here. I said, even if I go out and pump gas. I mean, what's that, Buggy? Oh, that's Buggy. Come here, Buggy. Oh, she's got her. I wish I had a picture. She has her blue. Come here. She wants attention. Come here, Buggy. Come here. You can come over on my lap. She needs attention. I got to take care of the kids. Yes, I relate to you. Okay. I hope that helps, Saucy. You're gonna have to make the decision. But I hope that helps. You may get into it and may be the shittiest, but you may find very vocal. Yeah, she is. She can be. She has a cloth ball in her mouth, Helen, and she wants attention. Oh, I want someone to come play with me. Come here. You say you call her in. She knows I'm the only one home. That's why. Glick says, the sauce, be like me, become a pimp-friendly drug dealer. Nothing better than being your own boss. He's just saying that jokingly, but there is some truth to that. If you can be your own boss, then you only have yourself to blame and stuff. You can, and Helen's laughing her ass off. But then again, you got to worry about the law enforcement there if you become one of the become uh, the pimp or friendly drug dealer. As far as I know, you're joking. You're joking. You're joking, Glick. But good discussion there, the sauce. And sometimes that's what you need, just to talk about it. So you're going to formulate your own strategy and stuff like that. And as far as that goes, so they're on the take. It's all good. Okay, it's a click. Um, let's see. Yeah, let's see. I'm just looking at the numbers. Helen, let's see. Jim Figerty has 21 people. Man, he's got a lot of people in his broadcast there, Laura. I'm surprised. Are you over there also? Let's see. Helen says I was about to say the same thing. No, they're on the take. Come here, girly girl. Come here. Come up here. You come up here. Oh, here she is. This is a rarity. Me holding her. There it is. There's Buggy. Are you okay? Are you purring? You want to say hi to the people? Just say hi. And let's see, the sauce says, yeah, man, it was nice talking to you. We took our time, no rush, took it easy, and made it. Okay, good to hear that, sauce. And let's see. And Laura says, yes, I'm a multitasker. Okay, Laura's the multitasker. Okay. And Helen likes Bug. Yeah, Bug, come here. You want your ball? Come here. I'll throw your ball. Here you go. Ready? There it goes. Yeah, she's chasing her ball. She wanted somebody to throw the ball. And let's see. Glick says, damn, busting a cap lock on my ass. Haha, to lady. Oh, Helen's. That's why we love Helen. She keeps us in perspective here in the chat as far as that goes. She looks like she can be. Are you talking about the cat? I think you're talking about Bug. Did you bring it back? I can't go chase it for you. She's giving me that. It's like, you're going to, come on. You come up here. Come on. Hop up. You come up here. And Helen says to Glick, be glad that all I'm busting on your ass. Who's easy now? Okay. Yeah, talking about the cat. Okay, you're talking. Yeah, she can be a little bit. She's always chasing Jack. Laura, we have some strange viewers in Jim Figerty's chat. 3 people there that has the number 47 in the username. Never seen them before. Maybe a bot attack incoming. Oh, okay. Well, Sauce has been here long enough. We've had a reasonable discussion with him. Well, enjoy your retirement. I am, good sir. I appreciate the give and take. I know you misinterpreted my entrance. No, I didn't misinterpret it. I do that all the time, Sauce. Just to be full disclosure. Somebody coming new. I've been on this live streaming enough to know, and I've had my so-called bot attacks. I don't have them that much, but I'm a little. I'm not a big-time broadcaster, so I have a regular routine as far as that goes. And Laura gifted. Oh, thank you, Laura. He gifted a sub to Nonsensical Nonsense. Thank you, Laura. I appreciate that. So I will hop in some other time when you're on. Take it easy. Okay, very good. Cheers to you, Sauce. Good talking with you. Good discussion. No, I for those people watching on the replay, I'm very in tune because I've been on this broadcasting thing a long time than where I'm not going to waste time or the people in the chat's time. It's an automatic, and we've had a good discussion with the Sauce. That was a good discussion. As far as I can't give advice though. I refuse to give advice. I can give an opinion to a certain degree. That's not advice. But an actual lifetime. Okay, you should get this job. I'm not an advisor. I don't plan. And as far as that goes, yeah, no ads for Glick now. Yeah, thank you, Laura. That's very generous of you, Laura. He gifted he did a sub here earlier, and he's gifted Nonsensical Nonsense. I appreciate that. Laura. Good deal. Um, so no problem. And he's a multitasker as far as that goes. It so that's one of the things. We had a nice talk with somebody new. That's refreshing. And you guys chimed in, and we were respectful. The individual was respectful, and hopefully the sauce will be back. I wish him well or her well as far as I'm taking. I don't know. That's the thing about the chat. You're not sure if it's male or female, or transgender, or gay or whatever. To me, you're a human being. So, if you're not a bot, you're a human being. So you cut your finger, you bleed red, I bleed red. So we're human. That's the one commonality that I look at as far as that goes. So, lesbian, yeah, that too. The whole gambit of things here. Okay, that's and that goes back to the thought for the day that I had earlier, as far as covering all the boards and stuff like that. Do I agree with that lifestyle? I'm old school. I'll disagree with it, but you still have a right to live and live your life to the fullest and happiest and stuff like that. But it's one of those things. I'm a strong believer that I have my views and don't force your views. As long as you're a good person and stuff like that, you're kind and stuff like that. That's the golden rule as far as I live by. But what you're saying there, as far as including that segment of the human race there, Jeeves, Gandhi said, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world." 30 years ago, I wouldn't even say that word, Glick. I've changed. That's where I'm changing. I've changed. We have different segments of people that what they want to be and stuff. That's fine. I'm who I am. Okay, I'm not going to change. I can change my outlooks and find middle ground with people, but that's human nature and that's life as far as that goes. That's just for me. Okay, so it's just that when and it goes back when I lived in it's almost like a simpler time. No one is going to try to force you to be gay, Rich. No, it's only it's okay. No. I know you say that jokingly, Helen. It's just like, but I've seen a lot of things in my life, and my life is now. If my father was alive during this time, oh, you know who Archie Bunker is? The television show Archie Bunker. He's worse than Archie Bunker. Oh my God, he would. I think over time, though, he would accept it, and that's the thing. What are you doing there? You running all over the place? So, and I got to mention nonsensical nonsense. Glick thanking Lore for thank you much, appreciate it. And Helen saying people are people, so why shouldn't it be? Yeah, exactly. They're going to be people are still people. What's this? Glick says I okay down from my throne and cast judgment on all those peasants that are below me. Okay, are you sure? And Helen says pretty sure. They're having a discussion between themselves. So, but Gandhi says you must be the change you wish to see in the world, and I've changed my views to where the world. I want it to be a kinder, happier place, and everybody should have their opinions and views and lifestyles that they want. That's fine, as long as it doesn't encroach on each other's freedoms, the basic freedoms that we have. I think that's simple. It's just keeping it simple. But there's some people out there that don't agree with that, and those are the dirtbags that oppress other people, and we've had that for years. It's just it's the same old stick, but just different actors as far as that goes. And I don't think that's right. It doesn't matter who you are, what you are. You're still human, and you deserve the dignity. I was asked once, do you look at the majority of the people on this earth as good? and kind and stuff. And I say I would hope so. I would want to hope so that if, but be kind is a solution to a better world. Yeah, I agree with that, Laura. Pretty sure. Lots of laughs to nonsensical nonsense, Helen says. So, and doing this broadcast and interacting with the people in the chat, as well as interacting with people on Rumble and YouTube on the comment side and stuff like that, you get a different opinion and stuff like that. And we got another first time chatter. Pretty kitty meow meow. What did you feel about? Okay, that's a subject I'm not going to go into. First time chatter, pretty kitty kitty meow meow. This, if you go any further than that, I will block you. Okay, I say that to first time chatters. That's a subject I don't want to discuss. I don't choose to discuss. It's one of those subjects. This is not that type of broadcast that we discuss that. Yes, people are inherently good, but we are always bombarded. It's fine. I just figured. Okay, you can ask, but don't. I'm not even go there. I don't discuss that online. That can go in many directions, so we'll just leave it at that. Thank you. Pretty kitty. Look at this name. Pretty kitty cat. Kitty meow meow. I wonder if that's somebody that's. Well, they've got a. They're a Prime gamer too. So there's somebody. They're probably. I wonder if they're using a. Okay. And let's see. So much nastiness online. Yeah. Well, it's life. Okay. There's more nastiness, I think, in general life and stuff like that. You know, as far as that goes. You got the good and the bad, yin and yang. It's been like that for years and stuff like that. So, let's see. We've been on for 2 hours and 21 minutes. I'm not going to go 3 hours. We're going to have to. I got an article I wanted to read here. I found this yesterday. And Helen, I missed what I said. So much nastiness online. Did you say something before that? Oh, I'm sorry, Helen. I'm backing up. Thank you. Yes, people are inherently good, but we are always bombarded with the bad. So it skews our view. Yes, I agree. Yeah, that's true. Is that what I missed? Okay. Thank you for. I like it when you point that out. Because focusing in on the thing here, as far as that goes. Is that what you said? So it skews our view. Yeah, it does skew, and that's why we need to get a clearer view. You better not go 3 hours. That's. I will. I do have an interesting article I want to read. I came across this yesterday, and time flies. Yes, it does, Laura. And this is. I'm fascinated with. I used to work at McDonald's. That's one of the jobs I had. Going back to the jobs that we worked. That was a part-time job when I was in the Air Force. Something we talked about jobs there with the Sauce, who's a first-time chatter here, and I appreciate the discussion with you. And one of the things is I worked at McDonald's part-time when I was stationed up at Hanscom Air Force Base outside Boston in Bedford, Mass, which was right near Lexington, Concord, Lincoln, Massachusetts. And this is inside the highest rated McDonald's. And this isn't, I'm sorry to say, Laura, this isn't in Norway. This is in Sweden. Sweden's McSki restaurant. It's the highest rated McDonald's. Okay? While most McDonald's have a similar menu, there's at least one location that might have an abundance that tops all other fast food joints. Inside Sweden's McSki McDonald's. Nonsense. I done off. You're ready for the marathon streaming. Yeah. I'm trying. No, I'm at my limit now because we've had a good discussion. We have a good discussion in the chat. I like that. Let's see. So the popular Lindvallen ski resort brings thousands of thrill skiers to Sälen, Sweden. Do you know where that's at, Laura? Sälen, Sweden? The Swedes are nice. Do you know where Sälen is? S-A-L-E-N, Sweden? It's a ski resort. Every year, they say the resort is laden for accessibility for families who want to ski together on their trip. I used to ski. I don't think I could. I probably could ski, but I would be very leery because I'm older, and I don't want to break a bone. I used to ski in my younger day over in Italy. I love skiing. Another appeal feature for these travelers with kids to Lendon Vallon is the McSkee restaurant, McDonald's. I don't know where it is, but I've heard of it. Okay. The McDonald's location is fitted to serve anyone coming off the slopes. The McDonald's restaurant even has helmet and ski holders to safely store customers' equipment, which would, you're at a ski resort. You don't know. Okay. Another unique feature is a window leading outside where hungry skiers can glide right up and grab their food. So instead of a drive-through, they got a ski-through. That's pretty interesting. Clearly, not even the Swedes. Oh, let's see. That's a cute picture. I wonder if I could show that. Where's that at? Is that on, let's see, I don't know where it's, but I've heard of it. Helen's laughing. I would love to learn how to ski. Yeah, I learned, my brain thinks faster than my fingers, so I missed a word in that sentence. Okay. So clearly, not even the Swedes are above craving a hot, juicy burger after a good session while their legs burn and their eyelashes are frozen together. In addition to the unusual McDonald's fare, the McSkee also has elevated desserts offerings at the McCafe area where cakes, macaroons, and donuts are featured. Outside, skiers are welcomed by warm flames and occasional ice sculpture near the front of the building. I gotta get this picture. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Stand by, folks. I gotta show you the picture. The picture's worth 1,000 words. Stand by. Let me get this picture. Let's see, WBF. Show and tell time. I gotta show you this picture. Let's reduce this a little bit. And print screen. And we want it in here. Save it. And let's see, save as JPEG, and we're going to save it in McSkee. Okay, I'm almost there, guys. Hang on. I'll show you the drive-through. Let's see if I can get this here. Let's see what we got. Football call. Almost there. Hang on. Just bear with me. We're almost there. Where am I at here? Hang on. We're almost there. There it is. There's the drive-through. There's the drive-through. Oh my God, is that cool or what? That is so cool. Let's get here. My brain thinks faster. Okay, how to snowboard? Oh, I don't know about the snowboarding, Jeeves. And Glick says, I mean, who does enjoy some hot, juicy meat in their mouth? Oh, okay, I know where you're going with that, Glick. If you want a broken leg, do snowboard. You can still break your leg snowboard, no? Can't you? You got to be careful though. And Helen is just laughing her ass off. And bad Glick, Jeeves says. And nonsensical to Jeeves. What? Hey. Yahoo! Big summer blowout. Yeah. But there's the drive-through. Is that something? Is that something right there? You just ski up. Hey, I want to order. It's instead of a drive-through. Let me give you a picture of. Let me give you one more picture here. Hang on. Where is it? Let's see. We go here. No, I don't want that. We want the browser. We got one more picture. Let's see. This is the outside of the place. Let's get this. Print screen. And let's see. We're going to bring this up. And we got new. We're going to paste. And we're going to save as. And let me see if this works. Let's try it this way. Let's see. We want Rumble. And there's the other picture as far as that goes. So that's the front of it with the sculpture. And that's the name of the place there, Laura. S-A with the 2 dots on, L-E-N. On the ice sculpture there. That's pretty cool. I would go skiing at that place. Pretty neat. Let's see. Is seen frozen. Let's see. G says he Yahoo, and Helen says that makes no sense unless you see Frozen. And Laura says, have you heard of anything from Walt Lake? No, I haven't. As far as that goes, I know I'd seen a little activity on his Instagram. Hope he comes back from the stream. Yeah, I do too. Glick says that is really cool concept though. Yeah, it is, isn't it, Glick? That's one of the top McDonald's. Let's see, what else do they have? Highest rated McDonald's. The view, the ski up window. It's no wonder this location is the highest rated McDonald's according to research. Weird to see McDonald's right off a lift, but hey, fast food, then back to skiing is all right with me, says one of the skiers. Some were surprised to see McDonald's that far out there. I didn't expect that on the mountains. The prices are good, the location is convenient, and the service is fast. There is, it's called a ski drive. McFlurries, exactly, geez. It's pronounced Salin. Okay. We have a Salin in Scotland. Okay. And we have an ice hotel here up north, of course. It's really cool. Not been there, though. Okay. But I used to work at McDonald's, so I just find that really... where I skied in Italy, it's called Piancovallo. It's Aviano Air Base sits right there in Aviano, which is right at the base of the Italian Prealps. And it was about a 30-minute drive up to Piancovallo. I think the Women's World Cup was there in '78. And I remember I learned how to ski there, and it was great. They had if you went, they had two long runs, one down the face. I didn't go down the face of the mountain the first year I skied. I think it was the second year is when I went down the face. That was a story in itself. But they had this naturally gradual called the International, but you went all the way to the top, and the chalet up there is they had this. It's called hot wine. It's called brulee. We would go up there, have a brulee, ski, go back up, have another brulee. After about 4 or 5, we're all over the place. So I have some good memories skiing. So this I would love to see this. This would be fantastic to see a McDonald's as far as it goes. And that was just something very, very unique as far as that goes. So and such. So and let's see. Do we have? Let me check something here. I just want to check something. Okay, that'll work. So we've been on 2 hours and 35 minutes. Holy crap! Criminy! Holy criminy! Let's see. What do we got going on here? We still have Michael Bathurst is still on, and TGR / something. Let's see. We have McDonald's here. I like the fast food to be. I used to eat it all the time when I was younger, Laura. Now I go to McDonald's with the missus once, and it's with the missus. I don't go there by myself. I go with the missus. I go once. We go maybe once a month, once every other month. The other day we had for lunch. I was doing some shopping here in Owego. And while I was out and about, the missus says, "Why don't you get some submarine sandwiches? They're big, long submarines, grinders, as they would call them in some places." And I go, "Yeah, I'll stop at Mario's. Mario's is here in Owego. It's a family-owned pizzeria, Italian. It's the best place, the best pizza place here by far here in Tioga County, and." So we don't eat like that all the time, but man, that sandwich was good. Oh my God, that was good. Let's see, and pretty cheap. So I think, yeah. Well, they've gotten more expensive. I remember back in the day, Laura, that when I was a kid, the first time I went to McDonald's, I could get a cheeseburger, a small fry, and a small shake, a chocolate shake. Those 3 items. For 75 cents, and you got change. Maybe it was actually less than that. It was 65 cents. 65, 72 cents. And you got change for $1. That's back in the 60s. Now that dollar, you can't even buy you a bottled water, for Christ. Yeah. Think it's value for... Yeah, you do get value for your money. Yeah. I believe so. McDonald's they always have a great cup of coffee. But I saw that article yesterday, and I was just thinking, you know what, I'm going to present that towards the tail end of the broadcast and have some fun. I just think in Sweden, of all places, and you're saying there's McDonald's in Norway, so they're worldwide. They're like probably the number one company. I worked for McDonald's part-time. I loved it. I was doing the as far as one of the odd jobs that I had, I loved that job. Now, could I make a living on it? No, it was fun. I had extra time, so Glick says, yeah, that don't even have the dollar menu anymore. Yeah, they don't, do they? Value, but they are bringing back some sandwiches. I talked about McDonald's. Was it Wednesday or Monday? They're bringing back the wrap. They're bringing back the wrap. I think we talked about that Monday. Maybe it was Wednesday. I know we talked about it this week, but I'm always fascinated because the workflow in McDonald's. And even McDonald's, I worked at this McDonald's. I loved it. It was fun. I always had I was the only guy there. I worked the lunch hour, and all the rest were females. They were always trying to fix me up. I was cooking the quarter pounders, And I hear one of them say, "Hey, Rich, there's ice. We need ice on register 1." And I'm looking. That was a cue to look up. I said, "Okay, I'll be there in a minute." And if it was a minute, it was like, "Oh, that person, that individual that they wanted to, they were going to hook me up with." So I had a lot of fun with that. I was pretty shy back in the day. McDonald's worldwide. It's crazy how some of the restaurants in different countries offered. Oh yeah, that's true, Glick. That is true. I'm looking forward to the snack wrap return. Yeah, that's one of the ones that are coming back. So, they see a need for that. So I'm always fascinated with McDonald's and stuff like that. Now, is that a company? They're pretty cutthroat as far as when they have to deal with Burger King, because Burger King is just as good. I mean, we have a Burger King here and a McDonald's, and I like them both. I almost think the Whopper the Whopper's been around, and that was the very first signature hamburger for a fast food joint. They started back in 1954, I think, Burger King, and they had a signature sandwich, and it wasn't until 1974 that McDonald's made the Big Mac their signature. That's the number one meal, is the Big Mac. I think anywhere you go, number one is always the number one meal is the Big Mac. And let's see, Rich was a pimp back in the day. My guy had that McD swag. No, I was pretty shy. I did. I and it was all the way. I had my relationships, I guess, before the misses and stuff like that. They were okay as far as that goes. Dating and stuff, that was a natural thing to do and stuff. But I know we got an ad break going on. I know when I met the missus, when I first met her, I thought she would have nothing to do with me. So I won out in that one, didn't I? Long term. And I thank the man upstairs every single day. So let's see, we got an ad break going right now. And let's see, we've had a good broadcast. Broadcast is going pretty good. We were a little unstable the other day. I just hear the heater going on. And I appreciate all those that are hanging out here. Really appreciate it. And as far as the views. But I do think, let's see, what do we got? 2 hours and 41 minutes. Going to 2 hours and 45 minutes. I do think I need to exit stage left here as we finish up. You always have good stream. Yeah, I try to. No, actually, your contribution, Laura, along with everybody else in the chats, that's what makes it a good stream. Because yesterday I spent an hour on, well, maybe it was 45 minutes on X/Twitter Spaces. I liked it. It was fun. It felt empty, though. So, plus the time I was doing it, okay? You guys know I'm on this time, so you accommodate me, and I greatly appreciate that. I really do. So you take credit in making this a good stream, Laura, as far as your contribution. And our first time chatter there, that was an interesting conversation from talking about workplace and stuff like that to a certain degree, the sauce. Now, the other first time chatter, he asked a question that I don't even want to go there. I'll tell you right up front, we're not going there. We're not going to go down that road because there's certain subjects, and you all know what I'm talking about. You go down that road, and you're just going to we're going to be pulling our hair out, and you get each other mad at each other and stuff, and say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Fireman Rich." And it's like, yeah, I know, but it's the way I think, and screw you. I don't want to go down that route. As far as that goes, we can disagree and stuff like that. I was on Michael Bathurst's broadcast yesterday, and I found I got this new thing. He ended up saying, "Well, we argued about that, Rich," and I said, "Whoa, time out, Michael, time out. I don't argue anymore. I discuss. Don't even go there. Don't even put that word. I do not argue anymore. I don't even want to argue anymore. I refuse to. I refuse to debate. There's what good is it? The only reason what I've seen overall on this thing called the internet, when people get in arguments and debate, they just want to make sure their side is right and their other side is wrong, and vice versa. That's outside here. I'm looking at what everybody is in agreement with, and I think we can all say that we all agree that we should all be kind and good to each other and stuff like that. And Laura says, yes, I agree on that one. Yeah. And Helen says, some people just want everything. Yeah, and I don't like using that word debate. So that's why I corrected Michael right on the spot. I don't think he likes it, but at least he knows where I'm coming from. I'm not going to have that word associated with me. I don't want to debate. If you have your views, that's fine. Let's talk about something we can agree about and have a general discussion about. I think there's more productivity. And like I said, this is hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD. If you're debating, there's no positivity in that. You're just trying to get your opinion over the other person's opinion. Arguments will only ruin this. Yeah, exactly. And we've seen that a lot over in the previous platform, as far as that goes. And there's some people that just won't change. And the one person, and I'm going to say this jokingly, Helen, because I know you despise this person, and I do just as much, and that's the rose, the person, the red rose there. See, Michael mentioned that person yesterday on his broadcast when I was on there, and I just smiled. It's like, yeah, whatever. You learn, and so let's see. Glick says to Lore, agree, since we stopped paying attention to the lanes, our show is so much. Yeah, that's exactly what you have to do. Yeah, he likes to stir. Yeah, yeah, he is, and he admits it. So, but I keep that in context as far as, okay, that's over there, but let's, as far as yes, the way to do it. Yeah. So I don't like the word, you say, oh, you're debating. I want to debate. No, we're not even going down that avenue. No, I don't even want it. And arguments and stuff like that. I mean, let's just say, did me and the missus ever have we had our share of arguments in our marriage so far. Do we have them now? No, we have discussions. I may be upset because I'm going to have to say, yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you as far as, and it's not because I just don't want to get, it's to sort of take a step back. Yeah, you're right, but the emotions get flowing and stuff like that, and we're past that for the most part. And I think that's one of the bedrocks, the cornerstones of the missus and my relationship, that we understand each other. We have different opinions. We're pretty much parallel in our views and stuff like that, but there's certain things that we talk about and stuff like that let's see, how much, the missus is probably the only one that I probably on probably 98 to 99% of the stuff we agree on, because we wouldn't be married then. We wouldn't be sharing our lives together and stuff like that. So to me, that's more precious. You could put a bar of gold in front of me. Hey, take this bar of gold and drop the wife. I said, no. You know what the missus said? You're stupid. Divorce my ass. Get the bar of gold, and I can still live with it. It's like, no. She said that jokingly. So, but it's just, and I really cherish the relationships that I have with everyone in the chat. As far as, and that's and that makes it fun, and that's the bottom line. It's fun to do the broadcast here. So we're going to go ahead and exit stage left here, folks, and get our day started. And this has been a great. We always have good broadcasts on Fridays. I want to say thank you to Tony D coming into the broadcast. I want to say thank you to Helen. Thank you very much for being here. Greatly appreciate it. As far as, let's see, I don't want that. What's going on here? What's going on? What is this screen? I have no idea what's going on here. Hang on for a minute. I gotta check something. I have no idea what's going on in there. Anyway, I want to say thank you to, I got sidetracked. Thank you to Tony D. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Thammer. Thank you, Glick. Thank you, Lore. Thank you, Tim Fan 40, for being here. Thank you, Jeeves. Thank you, Tina, for being here. Thank you, The Sauce, first time chatter. And thank you, Glick, Nonsensical Nonsense. Thank you, who's this other guy? Who's this other individual? First time chatter, Pretty Kitty, Meow Meow. Thank you. Have a great day there. Thank you, Lore. I think I said Lore. Did I miss anybody? I'm not sure. But thank you all who were in the chat. I greatly appreciate the time that you spent here. And let's see. Later, take care, Chief says. Laura says, thanks for the company. Have a great day. You too, Laura. Lick says, have a great day. Weekend Rich. Yes, we'll do. And Helen says, have a great day, folks. And you too, Helen. And same to all the chatters, Lick says. So thank you all in the chat. And thank you for those on Rumble and YouTube watching on the replay. Thank you very much. Appreciate the views. And thank you for the graphics, Laura. Greatly appreciate it. This is Rich Roberts, Fireman Rich, wishing you all well. Have a great one today. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Thanks again, guys, in the chat. Great conversation.